Hello, folks, and this game's going to be a little bit weird, a little bit kooky to how it's supposed to be, I guess is the way to put it. 2 points were just scored here for Free Minds. We're here for a new season of WMBA action. As per usual, I'm Julian Quintero Verano, joined here on the mic by no one. We haven't had anybody able to come in and support this week, but we have two teams. One is a name that you're familiar with, but with an almost entirely new roster. On the other side, well, on the other side, we're going to be having a new team here in the Splash Sisters. That's the first game of our slate today. And as always, I will be doing my best right here now to try to run through who is on the court at the moment. So out there right now for the Splash Sisters, Habiba is the one in the corner. Joining her on the court is D-Mac. Alongside them is Diana, Vita, and one more person who I cannot see. Yes, see her right there. It is Kieran. There we go. Apologies on all pronunciations there. Trying to get to know new names without jerseys is tough, but that's the start of the WNBA season. It's always like this. Meanwhile, out there right now for the Free Mind side as they take possession of the ball. Inbounding right now is going to be Railing, giving it over to Keisha, who, but a bit of a WNBA legend here. Nice to see her back here on the court. Railing ends up taking the shot, goes long, no dice. Joining there on the court as well is Slick, who will be on this Free Mind side alongside Keisha, Railing, and Slick. Now we're going to be playing a fun game. I'll learn people's names soon enough because people ended up showing up late. We were having a lot of technical difficulties, and I haven't been able to go ask people for their names. I will soon, though, right there. Rebound, though, for the Free Mind side. The score is tied at 10s, and now Free Mind's going to be pushing it up quick. Quick outlet pass all the way now. Ends up going to Railing. She goes up, draws the foul. 2 free throws to come here now for this Free Minds team. It's going to be interesting to see what they end up doing this season. As mentioned, it's a side that ends up changing their personnel year in, year out. But either way, it's going to be something fun. Oh, we'll be right back. Just give it one moment. And we're back. Apologies right there for the little cut. Ball ends up going out of bounds following the three-point attempt from Railing. Bit of a long, wary event there. Well, this game is very interesting. The way it started off, Splash Sisters got off to a big lead. I know we weren't able to really see it, but Splash Sisters got off to a massive lead, but now Free Minds have been crawling their way back. Keisha bumps around, gives it over to Railing. Railing with center feet, thinks about the jumper, does take the jump shot off the backboard, no go. It bounces around, rebounded by Slick. She goes up with it, no. Bounces around now. There's the rebound by Diana. She gets pickpocketed though. Make sure you keep your hands in your pockets. Make sure you're keeping an eye out on that. And a travel gets ruled there through the whole mess, through the whole disaster. Right as they get possession there, Free Minds end up turning it over with a travel. And it will be Splash Sisters taking possession here. Vita the one bringing it up now. Taking the screen from Diana on the left-hand side, D-Mac on the right. Dump into D-Mac. She goes up with it, doesn't end up dropping, and it will be Slick now. Push the tempo, bring it up quick. D-Mac behind her, ends up dumping inside to a teammate, gets stolen out. Habiba's the one with it now. Splashes are looking to bring it up. They're the ones dominating the ball here. Dump inside, ends up going in and out. Over to Habiba. She goes in with a two-step floating little opportunity. No go. Keisha with a quick outlet pass over to Railing. She's going to try to bring it straight to the hoop through contact. Draws the foul. 2 free throws to come here now for the Free Mind side. And even though it is now the fall season, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to say we were celebrating 15 years of WMBA basketball. Several substitutions now being made. No, it will be a big timeout here. We'll be right back real quick. But 15 years of WMBA basketball. Well, 15 years of Megacity basketball. WMBA has been going on for quite a couple of years now as well. So, wonderful little bit here. We're scrambling all over the place. We will have it all stabilized, hopefully, very, very soon. We're back here from the timeout, folks. Free throws for the Freemind side. First one here for Railing. She gets that one to fall. Let's see if she can go 2 for 2 here from the charity stripe. And yes, now I have full the names of everybody who is out there. Hooray for being able to learn the names of people out there at the moment for both these sides. For Freemind's, Railing misses the second free throw. Gets picked up by Cheryl. There we go. I'm really bad at name, but it's Cheryl, Habiba, Vita, along with Kieran and Coley. All out there at this moment in time. Meanwhile, out there for Freeminds at this moment, it's DK alongside Railing, Jeanette, Aliyah, Emily. Yeah, that's all of them, actually. Oh, my God. It's all over the place. It's first week. It's always the first week jitters, but we'll end up getting it sorted hopefully very, very soon. Jeanette here trying to put the move on Habiba. Glancing, no go. Ends up finding Railing. Railing thinks about it. Ends up swinging over to Aliyah. Aliyah launches for three. Splash it home. They might be the Splash Sisters, but it is a big shot there for Freeminds as they take a 1-point lead. Coley here looking to set up shop. Dumps now over to Kieran. Kieran over to Habiba. Habiba pauses. Looking to dance around. DK steps up to the contact of Habiba. No foul on it and ends up being missed on the opportunity. Jeanette now bringing it up, looking to see if teammates end up helping out. Incision to Emily, but it doesn't end up connecting. No shot there, and it turns over for the Splash Sisters now with an opportunity. We're seeing a timeout being called. No, just a quick substitution coming in at this moment in time. Diana subbing in for Vita. Coley now will be the one bringing the ball up here for Splash Sisters. Miscommunication there between all of them. It ends up hitting our dear scores table and going out of bounds. It will be Freeminds retaking possession here. Railing the one bringing it up here. They're slowing down tempo. Ends up swinging it over to Aliyah. Aliyah launches for three. Back to back for her. My goodness. Massive here for Freeminds as they continue to grow their lead here. They started off trailing early, but now they're really getting into the flow of it. Shot up. And what looked like was a block here instead ends up getting ruled a foul. 2 free throws to come here now for the Splash Sisters. It will be Kieran at the free throw line. First one here for Kieran. Her free throw high off the rim and doesn't end up dropping. Let's see if she can get the second one to go. Second free throw here for Kieran. Up. It doesn't get her to go. Neither drop here at the free throw line. It will be a scramble for the ball. Jeanette has it. Has two defenders swarming her. Looking out for a person to outlet it to. Does find TK. And now Free Minds are on the break. TK goes straight to the hoop. Isn't able to get it really to go, but it's rebounded by Emily. Swings out to Jeanette to reset the play. Gives it over to Aliyah. Aliyah has been on fire. Ends up giving it over to DK. Her shot doesn't drop. Ends up hitting the rim, though. Jeanette able to recoup it, though. Back out to Railing. She launches it from deep three-point range! And that's a third consecutive three for Free Minds. Enormous opportunities here so far for them, and my goodness, they're letting it rain. Habiba now ends up giving it over to Kieran. Kieran, through contact, gets up the shot, doesn't end up getting the foul call in her favor, and it will be Free Minds taking possession. Anyway, we look over here now. DK is going to be right here, looking right here, telling Jeanette, circulate. I got it. Takes the screen from Emily. Isn't able to do much. Tries flipping it out. And Habiba reaches in, gets called for the foul, and Free Minds will maintain with their possession. Inbound here now soon to come for this Free Minds team. DK looking at inbound, ends up finding Aliyah. Aliyah finds DK. DK thinks about the pass on one way, but ends up going to the other side for Emily. Swings across over to Railing. She already hit a massively deep three, isn't able to get it that time, but it'll get saved by Aliyah. Cookie has it now, and that will be a shot that doesn't end up dropping. Still another chance for Free Minds. Cookie goes up through contact, doesn't get called for the foul, helped up by a teammate. It will be Splash Sisters now on the break. Quick swing there from Habiba. Finds Diana, and Splash Sisters able to get two here on the board. They're going to need that to try to pull it back in this game, and that's a wonderful way to do so. We have 3:47 remaining in this game, or well, in the first half up to this point. DK's drive to the hoop ends up drawing the foul, and we'll get two free throws to come here now. Some subs now being made. We're seeing Railing come out along with Aliyah and Emily. Coming on for Free Minds will be Keisha along with Saida and Ebion. DK's first free throw here, long on the far side of the rim, and doesn't end up dropping. Let's see if she's able to hit the second one to split her chances here at the line. Second free throw here for DK falls short, but it bounces up. Saida with the board, goes up with it, isn't able to convert it. Ends up going out of bounds and remains Free Minds possession. Habiba now subbing off for Vita. Cookie now swings over to DK. DK quick pass out to Keisha. They're going all the way around. Ebion has it here. Dumps inside to Saida. Saida back to Ebion, but it gets picked up by Cooley. DK ends up putting a scramble on it, but due to the possession arrow, it will be Splash Sisters' ball. Wonderful play there from Cooley, as the Splash Sisters will be retaking the shot here. D-Mac inbounds now over to Vita. Vita pauses here, dumps over to Diana. She takes a chance for him, three-point range, and it just goes wide air ball. And Splash is just turning the ball over here. Now Free Minds take possession once more. Ebion the one bringing it up now here for Free Minds. Dumps quick over to Keisha. Has Saida inside. Instead, we'll be taking the screen here with Cookie. No, finds DK. Open for three. Thinks, gives it now over to Ebion. She'll take the chance from range. Money! Absolute missile from... Oh my goodness. Ebion with a wonderful three-point opportunity there. Free Minds able to splash it home. And they now make it a 9-point lead. Blocked by DK on the little pass, but it wasn't end up going. D-Mac has it, goes up, no go. It bounces around. Cooley's the one that ends up with it. Dumps back outside of Vita. She goes up, blocked, ends up being picked up once more by D-Mac. It's a scramble. Ebbing's the one that has it, and now will be Free Minds on the break. Quick outlet to Cookie. Cookie goes up through the contact against the glass, isn't able to get the make. Now gets picked up by Coley, has defense all over her. Let's see if she's able to get it out. Does. Gives it over to Vita, but it's a high press here from Free Minds. Blocked there from Cookie. Picked up by Ebby, and D-Mac able to scramble for it, and ends up going out of bounds. Who do the referees rule the ball for? Referee's decision is that it will be Splash Sisters' ball. Clock is still running as we're seeing some quick substitutions being made now. We have Kieran and Habiba coming on for D-Mac and Sharal. Arguing over here about whose ball it is. The clock's just ticking. It will be Free Minds' ball instead, actually. We're going to need a quick inbound here now. DK. Inbounded and getting it right back immediately from Saida. Takes the screen here from Cookie. Instead, no, just pulls up from range, short, but it ends up in the hands of Saida. Her shot, no go. Ebian Hazik is rebounded by Habiba. But there was a step out of bounds there. Now clock running quick. Splashes, they want to get some points here quickly in this end of the half. They got to respond now. Chloe the one bringing it up. Quick outlet over to Kieran. Kieran goes up through contact off the glass. Isn't able to get it to fall. Goes out of bounds. And that is our half here. Halftime here at the Hoop Dome. It is 23-14 in favor of Free Minds. We'll be here for the second half. Hopefully a little bit more organized from our end here on the broadcast. We'll be able to get everything sorted a bit more. We'll be right back here after the half. We're back here now for some second half basketball. Free Minds starting with the ball here on the possession, and it's a massive three here from my goodness. Big opportunity there for Free Minds off the jump. And that just goes to show the game that they've been having. They've been successful from beyond range, and it shows. Splashes and missed quick to open up the possession. A quick fast break now for Free Minds. Rebounded by Emily, trying to have it. Kicks it back out to Slick. Slick takes a jumper here. Money from three-point range! And before we can even get the roster introductions here, we've had two massive three here's for Free Minds. Splashes look to respond. Ball inside. Keisha tips it. Ends up in Emily's hand. Now Rayling's the one bringing it up quick. It's a 2-on-1 on defense, but Rayling draws the foul on contact. And two free throws will be to come now here for Free Minds. Out there right now for Free Minds, actually, to just run through real quick, is Slick, Olaya, Emily, Keisha, and Rayling. Meanwhile, out there for Splashes at the moment is D-Mac, Vita, Diana, Kieran, and Habiba. And yeah, Splash Sisters really need to get it going here in the second half. Got to turn it around. It is the first game of the season, but you always want to start off strong, especially in a new league in your first outing at WMBA. Free Minds get their first free throw to see if everything can convert. The second one here does just that. Gets it a go. And no, it seems like she stepped on the line. No bucket. Now it's going to be Vita bringing it up here. Dumps over to Habiba. Vita pauses for a moment, looking around. Now ends up beating her defender. Goes up with it. No go. Rebounded by Slick. Slick with a quick outlet over to Railing. Ends up being on the receiving end. Now they're going to be setting up once again. Slick flips it back over to Slick. Slick goes up with it. Doesn't get the bucket there. Habiba pulls it in. And Splashes just survive that possession. They're now on the break. It will be Kieran here. Flips back over to Habiba. She sets her feet, goes up. I think that was tipped. It might have been. Either way, it ends up in Free Mind's hands. But the outlet from Slick just doesn't end up reaching Keisha. And now it will be Vita, the one bringing it up for the Splash Sisters. Ball played out now to D-Max. She sets her feet, launches from three, won't go for the Splash Sisters. They've not been able to get it going in the way they want it. Ball goes up. Great play inside. Wonderful drive from them. The Splash should get two there on the floater. They want to try to get it going here in the second half. And yeah, as I mentioned earlier, Railing ended up hitting both the free throws, but the referee called one of them back, making it a 16-30 game instead of a 31 game. Ball gets played up. Now Habiba able to get the steal here through contact with Aliyah. Railing slides in on Diana. And I know that this isn't soccer. I know that this isn't American football. But either way, tackling not exactly part of basketball culture here. Either way, foul there from Free Minds, and it will be Splash Sisters setting up quick now. Kieran gets the inbound, goes up with it immediately, and it's a shot from the free throw line as it drops. Keisha setting up shop now, gives it over to Raylan. Raylan looking around, and tries to respond with a floater of her own, does just that. Free Minds have come out hot in this second half. Seems like a foul was called. Seeing what the ruling was. Yeah, a foul was, or incorrect pass in, or something happened there, because now it's Free Minds ball once more. Keisha has a quick inbound over to Aliyah. Is able to convert it though. Kieran has it, gives it over to D-Mac. D-Mac goes up with it, ends up getting fouled. 2 free throws to come now for the Splash Sisters as they hope to convert this into points on this break. D-Mac goes up, isn't able to convert the first. And we'll be right back real quick, folks. We have to go check on something tech-wise as the second free throw does get converted by Splash Sisters. We're back here now. Sorry, we had to check on something there for a technical difficulty, but Free Minds now in possession once again. Keisha trying to beat Habiba here. Gets double teamed now, has to bail out, gives it over to Aliyah. Aliyah tries to dump inside, instead it gets stolen. It's Vida now. She's the one pushing the tempo here for the Splash Sisters. Goes straight to the hoop on the breakaway, and she gets 2 points here now. Splash Sisters starting to get it going, starting to get a couple shots, a couple makes here on the possessions. It is just over 16 minutes left here in the second half. We've seen crazy before, and for a game as hectic so far, technically it would be wonderful to get a beautiful ending to this match now. Keisha, her mid-range jumper doesn't go. DK fighting for it, ends up hitting the ground, and it goes out of bounds. It does seem like it will be Splash Sisters' ball. Yes. Couple subs now being made for the Free Minds side. And their lineup right now is Jeanette, DK, Cookie, Saida, and Aliyah. Ball dumped inside quickly to Kieran. Thinks about the step back, isn't able to. Gives it back over to D-Mac. Her jumper doesn't go. Now it'll be Saida. She's the one pushing the tempo, bringing it up. Looks around for a defender, nothing there, but it goes up. Cookie with the rebound, great tenacity on the rim. Isn't able to grab onto it, but it will remain Free Minds' ball. They're the ones that did not touch it last. And now we're seeing some substitutions. Cully and Shiral will be subbing on. Subbing off will be Vida and Diana. Jumper there, it doesn't end up falling for Free Minds. Now they're quick on the transition. Gets picked off by Aliyah, though, getting back on defense. And now she's going to be the one running the tempo. Aliyah pauses for a moment, tries dumping inside of somebody, isn't able to do so, but it ends up at the hands of Saida. Kicks out to Jeanette. She launches from three. Long on the rim, but they remain in possession. Cookie once again, it's the third chance. No, fourth chance on the rebound. No, fifth chance on the rebound for Cookie. Gets that one to drop. And one. Tenacity for Cookie. Book it. And that is a chance for a three-point play. My goodness. Free Minds really starting to get it going. It seemed like Splash Sisters were starting to come into their own, starting to bring it back a little bit. But what are they able to do? They're able to come in and convert. And that's exactly what you like seeing here. Free throw here for Cookie. She pauses here. Goes up with it. Drop on the board. No go. Habiba ends up fighting for it. There's a shove in the back. And it will be Splash Sisters' ball here on the inbound. Habiba the one bringing it up the court now. Glances around, finds Cully. Cully dump inside quick to Kieran, and through all the contact, isn't able to get it the first time. Second time up is fouled. 2 free throws to come here now for the Splash Sisters. First free throw here for Kieran. Doesn't end up dropping. Let's see if she can convert the second one here. Second free throw doesn't drop, but Shiral is the one that ends up pulling in the board. She goes up here through contact, gets it stripped out, but it gets popped back into her hands. It's going all around, ends up in the hands of Jeanette, and Free Minds survive without giving up any points. Still a double team here for Jeanette, able to get out of that. Saida gives it over to Cookie. Cookie looking to set up here on the right wing. Dumps inside now to Jeanette. Jeanette ends up finding Cookie now. Her jumper doesn't go. It's rebounded now by Habiba. She's the one bringing it up here for the Splash Sisters. Swings over to Cully. Cully goes in, fake step towards the left-hand side, gives it over to Shiral. Her mid-range jumper sits on the rim for a bit and drops right after here. Splash Sisters really needed that as they continue to try to mark their way back through. It seems like it was ruled a 3. My apologies, I just misread the line once again here. Unfortunate, but Splash Sisters hit a 3. No, the ruling does end up being a 2 there after short deliberation at our scorers table. Now we have it all sorted. DK bringing it here, gives it over to Emily. Emily driving in, swings it. Might have been for Saida, might have been for Jeanette, but either way, it splits both of them and ends up out of bounds. And it will be Splash Sisters' ball. Our next matchup, by the way, is the return of the old but cold side, who will be playing reigning champion No Name. That's going to be a fun one to check out in any sense of the word. Ball swung now over to Chiral. Gives it to Habiba. She launches from 3, high on the rim. Gets picked up now by Emily. She's going to try to bring it up, now does so. Ends up being the defender. Has 2 defenders in front of her. Goes with a Euro step through contact. And it gets ruled a defensive foul instead of a charge. The charge draw wasn't good enough, and it will be 2 free throws here now for Fremont. Keisha and Railing looking to sub in here for Fremont. Jeanette and DK coming off. Emily's first free throw isn't able to get her to go. Second free throw, also no go, ends up bouncing out. And it will become Splash Sisters' possession as they survive there. Vita's the one now bringing it up, looking to call for a screen. Sets it into Cully. Cully will now start diving in, sets a back screen. And now they're moving the ball around. Doubled inside, ends up trying to swing it back over to Habiba, but it's called a travel. 2 free throws to come now. No. I wish it would be 2 free throws. Add some more of the scoring here. Instead, it just ends up becoming Fremont's possession. Saida inbounds now over to Railing. She looks to push the tempo. Has a screen set by Emily, looks around, gets dumped over and picked up. Running now is Diana, swings quickly. Wonderful cut inside by Kira, but gets popped out by Saida. Wonderful, wonderful defensive awareness there from Fremont. It will remain Splash Sisters' possession, but now they'll have to set up in the half court instead of being on the break. Vita inbounds to Diana. She launches for 3, high off the rim, no go. Kieran with the rebound, back up, and now the Splash Sisters sit within 9. Single-digit game here. 8 minutes remain on the clock. Railing finds Saida, gives it over to Keisha. Keisha trying to set up. Now just launches for 3 points, no go. And it seems like they have a lid on the basket that they are going to be looking to raise. Slick subbing on for Saida now. Elias subbing on as well. And it will be for Emily. Ebian gives it to Railing. Launches from deep 3, no go. And now be picked up by Kieran. Kieran, quick launch over to Habiba. Railing tries intercepting, doesn't get it. Habiba, quick basket there on the break. And Splash Sisters keep bringing it back here. We might be having a game on our hands. Railing quick on the inbound, now brings it up over to Keisha. Sizing up Vita. Gives it back over to Railing. Railing with a dump over to Ebian. Ebian, her jumper, gets it to go here on the midi. Vita now. Trying to push it up. Trying to push it all around. Ends up handing it over to Habiba. Habiba steps back. Vita sets a screen on Railing. Around goes Habiba with a floater. Doesn't drop. Ebian's the one that pulls in the board. Now it will be Railing. Pushing quickly here on the break. Has Kieran coming over. And it gets blocked by Kieran. She gets up getting a steal there. And now she's the one pushing the tempo. It's a 3-on-1 here Does she go left? Does she go right? She goes to herself, trusting the shot, and gets it to fall. Keisha launches for three, won't fall. Will be Kieran here. Quick outlet now over to Habiba. Habiba goes up with it, gets it a go. It's a 5-point game now. 5-point game here, 36-31. Railing has it now, looking around, finds Ebian. She launches from three-point range, answers back. The possession was massive for Freeminds as they continue to try to keep it their way. D-Mac trying to call a timeout there on the sidelines. Nothing there yet, though. Habiba sizing up Keisha, has Vita setting a screen, finds Diana, who's open, puts up the shot. Off the backboard, no go. It will be Aliyah. Aliyah the one bringing it up now. Swings quick over to Railing, picked off by Diana, stolen by Railing. Double steal there, ends up going to Aliyah. Now gets picked up by Kieran. She was getting back on defense, and instead she's gonna go up and get 2 points. Splash Sisters here, make it a 6-point game. We'll see what they're able to do. They're bringing it back, they're keeping their own possession, and Freeminds now are just in the mentality of survive. Aliyah tries dumping it in. Shiral ends up forcing the turnover, picking it off there, gives it over to Diana. Diana comes in, high dribble, goes over Ebian, and as it bounces around, an arm goes around Slick's head as they go all the way around the Rosie, and Freeminds regain possession. The timeout has been called. We'll be right back here. We have 4:38 remaining. You don't want to go anywhere. This game has just gotten really, really interesting at the wire. We're back, folks, here. Keisha now has it. Freeminds swinging it all the way around the top. Ends up in the hands of Railing. Back over to Keisha. Finds Slick inside. But a travel called here. Splash Sisters get the ball here. And we're still not under 2 minutes, so we're still operating with the running clock. But since it is sub 10-point game, we will be having stoppages within it. And as the camera falls out of focus, you know what doesn't fall out of focus? The Splash Sisters. 2 points there, foul to make it and one. And we'll be right back. We're having these issues with the camera, so we'll be right back. And we're back. Apologies for having a cut there, but the free throw was not converted, making still a 4-point game. Freeminds trying to set up here. DK looking around, finds Keisha. Keisha drives to the basket on D-Mac, goes up with a floater, no go. Rebounded by Habiba, and now it will be Splash Sisters trying to break out. They do. Ball to D-Mac, D-Mac to Vita. Vita goes up with her own floating chance, no go. It slides short. Saida has it. Now it'll be Jeanette bring it up. Freeminds looking to waste some time here, and that's fully viable. Jeanette over to Keisha. Keisha finds DK, has Slick inside, asking for it at the post. Finds Slick. Slick goes up, gets it popped out. It's a reach-in foul. 2 free throws. No, they're not in the bonus yet. I thought they would have been, but they're not. Instead, it will just be an inbound here for Free Minds, and it resets the shot clock. Really, really helpful for them. Slick inbounds now, finds Keisha. Keisha goes in with a hop step and falls. Wonderful play there for her as Free Minds get 2 points here. That could be really, really big here as we head into the final 2 minutes of the match. Kieran gives it over Habiba. She launches for 3, banks it in! And you better call up Tangerine, Scotia Bank, whoever you're partnered with. Because the bank's open right there. Our camera has just fallen off the bleachers. Everything is falling off the rails here on the technical side. But we will obviously get it sorted. It's the first game. We have our own jitters right there. Habiba with the steal. And now it will be Splash Sisters. It's a 3-point game. They might be able to salvage it. She does keep it inbound, but Jeanette's the one that intercepts it. Splash Sisters not able to salvage it. Jeanette, no go there. On the reach-in. Will be an inbound now for Free Minds. 1:34 remains in this match. DK inbounding here for Free Minds, finds Jeanette. Looking around now. Has people in the corner, instead just finds DK. DK has Saida flashing. Gives it over to DK. DK inside of Slick. Slick with a post move off the glass. Won't go. It gets tipped around. Ends up in the hands of Saida. Saida back over to Slick, who ends up going up. Instead kicks it out to Jeanette. But they're able to maintain the possession. DK swings all the way over to Keisha. And Keisha not looking to rush here. As always, they're still up. And even though it's a 3-point game, let's see what she does. It's called for a travel. It was called a travel. Turns over, becomes Splash Sisters ball. We're seeing a substitution here potentially. Cookie subbing on for Keisha. Coley bringing it up now for Splash Sisters. Let's see how they're able to respond here. Sub a minute left in this game. Habiba receives it. A 3 ties it. Screen from Kieran. Habiba sets her feet, top of the key, launches for 3, long on the backboard. Rebounded by Jeanette now. She's the one that brings it up. D-Mac puts pressure. Now Jeanette slows down the tempo here. Just over 35 seconds remain. DK gives it over to Slick. Fouled. There will be an inbound now. Free Minds looking to set up shop. Gives it over to Cookie, and they're going to be trying to chew some clock here. Swings around over to Saida. I'm surprised that they haven't fouled intentionally yet, but they're just waiting, hoping for a turnover. Slick beats 2 defenders, goes up with a wonderful move in the post. Wonderful play there for Free Minds. Splash Sisters got to run, and they got to go quick. Points are needed. They get swung back over to Kieran. Kieran gives it over to Vita. She launches for 3. No go. It seems the shot clock did not reset. Oh my, no reset on the shot clock there. Might have ruined the possession. Ref now deliberating with the scorer's table. Wondering what ends up being the situation here now, or Splash is going to be the one with the ball. They will. They got to inbound quick, get a shot off even quicker. Inbound quick over to Vita. They got to get a shot off. They give it over to Habiba. Habiba over to D-Mac. She launches for 3. High off the front end of the iron. Does it go? And that's the final of the first game here of our first slate. Free Minds 43, Splash Sisters 38. I'm Julian Quintero Verano. That's the end of our first game. We'll be right back here for the second game of our slate as we have reigning champion No Name taking on returning team Old But Cold. We'll be right back, folks. We're back, folks, here. Second game of our 4-game slate here at the Hoop Dome. We have reigning champion No Name taking on the old but cold side. As always, I'm Julian Quintero Verano here giving y'all the broadcast. We'll see what these teams can do. Laura wins the tip, gives it over to D to Jill, and let's see if old but cold in their return are able to get some quick points. No, ends up getting tipped out of bounds. It will remain old but cold possession. No. It is being signaled No Name ball by this referee. No. It is old but cold ball. Okay, cool. Referees were giving different signals. Driving in right here, gets tipped around. Sid is the one that ends up getting it now, and it will be No Name on the charge. Going straight to the hoop. Underhand, a layup, no go. Lindsay Shopple gets the second chance point. No. Does she get it here? Third time's the charm. Does it. Book it. 2 points here for No Name. And now that it's slowed down, we have the reigning champions here in No Name going up against this old but cold side who are returning. They didn't play in the summer. They're back here in the fall. We'll see how they perform here. Jill Stratton's back with the old but cold side. Lindsay Shopple misses her free throw. We'll run through who is out there for these sides. So out there are Deanna, along with Raylan, who just put in that point right there. First points back for old but cold. Out there along with them is Laura, Freya, and Jill Stratton. Meanwhile here for No Name, ball gets played to the corner as it ends up losing a bit of focus. No shot dropped there, but No Name out there at the moment. They have Sarah, Maddie, along with Lindsay and Sydney, who is new to the team this season. Lindsay drives in through the teeth of the defense, goes right to the basket. 2 points here. Old but cold were able to capitalize on the other end and makes it a 4-4 game. Jill drives, takes a screen but isn't able to get much from it. Ends up giving it over to Freya. Freya jumps in, tries dumping it into Raylan, gets tipped, and now it'll be Lindsay Shopple bringing it up the court. Lindsay swings it over to Sarah. Her three-point attempt doesn't fall, gets tipped around. And Becky tries saving it. That's another person who I wasn't able to call, but is out there at the moment. Becky not able to save it there as the ball ends up going out of bounds. and Old But Cold take possession. Lauren now inbounding over to Jill. Finds Freya. Freya here glancing, looking, fading. Isn't able to get her to go. Freya's the one that pulls it in, though. Gives it back to Jill. She just pulls up with it. High off the rim. No drop. And it will be Sydney now running the tempo quick. Tongue out like Jordan. Ends up swinging it over to the corner. Sarah to Maddie. Maddie to Lindsay. She sets her feet. Launches for three-point range. Bang! Massive opportunity there for No Name to take control of this one. Jill now putting the moves on Maddie. Great screen there from Laura, but the contest from Sydney ends up being No Name with possession. Sarah gives it right back over to Sydney. Comes in, swings back out to Maddie. She's open for three. Make it back to back. No. Rebounded there by Diana. DK will also play as a sub here for Old But Cold. That way some people can get a breather. Freya now isn't able to convert the opportunity there as it gets tipped around, but it was last off a player of No Name, so it will be Old But Cold retaining possession. Jill now finds Diana. Big D, let's see what she ends up doing. Dumps inside over to Raylan. Raylan with a fader from the midi. High off the rim, doesn't drop. Lindsay Shotbolt now bringing it up on the tempo. Has teammates all around her. Ends up finding Sydney. Sydney to Sarah. She's open for three in the corner. Doesn't drop. Right into the hands of Jill Stratton. Now Old But Cold looking to set up. Stratton looking around, has a screen to her left, ends up giving it over to Raylan. It's a hand back over to her, ends up going straight to the teeth of the defense. The underhanded finish on the scoop. Old But Cold with 2 points on that possession. Sydney now bringing it up here, has Jill stepping up, but no, Sydney will just launch it from three. High off the rim, doesn't end up dropping. Becky's second chance opportunity doesn't go, and it will now be Old But Cold. Jill trying to dance around the defense, does so, goes baseline here, goes swirling all the way around. Wonderful footwork underneath the rim to give Old But Cold the lead. Maddie tosses it now. Over to Sydney. Sydney to Maddie. Quick inside over to Lindsay, who goes up, no go. Blast off of Lindsay as she ended up trying to catch it stumbling. And it will be Old But Cold getting possession now. Laura gives it over to D. Launches for three. D for three! Massive here for Old But Cold! Lindsay now with a quick outlet over to a teammate in the corner. She launches from three. No go from Maddie. Second chance points up. Go begging for No Name there. Sarah not able to convert, and now it will be Old But Cold. Trying to set up here. D looking around the arc. Will potentially have a chance, but ends up getting swarmed by Sarah. Dumps over to Raylan. Ray goes up with it through contact, no go. Laura tips it back over to Freya, drives in, kicks back over to D. Deep three-pointer, no go, but into the hands of Freya again. Freya tries to attack, gives it over to Laura instead, who goes up with it, sits on the rim, gets her own miss though, able to maintain the possession. But it ends up being a foul call on Lindsay Shotbolt. But it's not a shooting foul, so it will be here taken at the baseline. Patricia, Palku, and Liz will be coming on for Maddie and Sarah. Old But Cold looking to inbound. Tries giving over to Freya. Tipped by Lindsay, but doesn't end up stealing the deal. Freya has it blocked by Lindsay this time. And now she'll be the one leading the break. Gives it out over to Patricia. Patricia glancing around. Gives it back over to Lindsay. Swing out to Sydney. Her jumper doesn't end up dropping. And now Jill's the one with the rebound, bringing it up for Old But Cold. Dancing around on Sydney, looking for teammates, loses the ball for a bit, ends up having to give it over to D. Liz stepping up big. D with pressure now gives it over to Laura in the left corner, swings over to Freya at the top. Freya goes around, gives it over to Jill, thinks about the jumper, baits the defender, goes up through contact, blocked again by Lindsay, who's now on the break again, goes straight to the basket, draws the foul. 2 free throws to come here for No Name. Freya subbing off for DK right now. Now here we go. First free throw here for Lindsay doesn't drop. Let's see if she's able to get that second free throw. Second free throw here now for Lindsay Schoppel. Let's see if she's able to hit it. Swirls out again, and Lindsay's just not been able to convert from the line today. Rebounded by Obacole. D the one bringing it up. Jill dumps inside of Raylan. Ray looking around, gets tipped out by Lindsay. Called for the shooting foul. It'll be 2 free throws to come now for Obacole. First free throw went in for Raylan. Gets 2 here on this trip to the line. Sarah now gives it over to Sydney. She launches from 3-point range. It's deep. No go off the backboard. Rebounded by D. D gives it over to Jill. Will be the one pushing the tempo here on Obacole. Loses the ball for a bit. But able to beat around the fence. Gives it over to D. Launches for 3. D for 3. Yes, sir. I'd missed a shot earlier from No Name, so apologies there. No Name just did not get a shot, and there was just an issue, apparently, on the scoreboard. Apologies there, as always. We got a lot of tech issues today. But we got it all sorted now. Another missed possession for No Name. Jill bringing it up, gives it over to Raylan. Pulls up from the free throw line, doesn't drop. Jill gets the miss, goes behind the back, goes scoop, but blocked by Lindsay. DK able to continue with it. Ends up pulling it in, but nothing there on that possession for him. Now No Name will be driving. Sydney has it, swings over to the corner. It's Liz. Liz swings all the way over to Lindsay. She takes it from 3-point range. Big jumper there for No Name. And those 3 that got deleted due to an input earlier, right back now. There was a shot earlier, it wasn't counted, and it seems that we're getting 12-16, and that will be the score here, confirmed here. Right there is a missed opportunity. So just to explain what happened, there was a shot made earlier by No Name that wasn't counted. Or are they discussing right now? There's a whole thing here with the scoring. And now official with the refs coming over to confirm everything. That earlier make was disallowed. All but Cole either way now leads 16-10. Official. Lindsay swinging around. Ends up giving it over to Maddie. She goes up with a little chance on the baseline. Gets 2 points there. No Name starting to close the gap. We know what they can do. They're a dangerous side regardless of who they play. D apologies there, I got choked up. D into Jill, who puts a wonderful spin in the post to tack on 2 more. Now, give me 1 moment, folks. Apologies there, folks. I had a little bit of a coughing fit. We're back now fully on the mic, though. And there was a lot of turnovers, and there's another one again. Old McCold pulling it in. Freya slows down the play, hands it over to Jill. As now the Old McCold side looks to reset. Jill just pulls up from 3, right in the face of the defense, and that's in the transition. Wonderful play there for Old McCold. Liz looking to call for a screen, flips it over to Lindsay. Lindsay has coverage all around, dumps inside of Patricia, picked off by Freya, and now DK will be the one trying to push the tempo, now slows it down a bit. Has Jill on her left, finds Jill, sets her feet, launches from 3, looks to answer with 2 in a row, no. And now Lindsay on the outlet, quick little lob over to Liz. She's the one bringing it up, quick pass over the heads of the defense, but Patricia's not able to convert it. DK's the one that pulls to the board. Jill has it called out for D, but D wasn't able to recover at the time. And now Jill hands it over to D. Sets her feet for Freya, goes up with it. Tough little opportunity there, isn't able to get it to go. And an over the back there by Laura ends up becoming no-name ball. Big 3 there for No Name. We're confirming something over here. And as we said, we've had a lot of issues on the side of the broadcast today that we will have solved in the upcoming weeks. Ball gets played inside. Lindsay able to get it. And now ends up giving it over to Sarah. Gives back over to Lindsay. Puts it up. Doesn't able to convert it there at the rim. D's the one that pulled it in. D swings now over to Jill. Jill going all the way around, dumps inside of Raylan. Raylan gets it popped up straight and ends up in the hands of Lindsay. She's the one bringing the ball up now here for No Name. Dumps over to Patricia. Patricia back inside on the wraparound to Lindsay. She's able to convert inside. It's 2 big points there. Whistle blown here for a timeout to come now for No Name. It's a 2-point game. We'll be right back here as it's really looking nice with 7:33 remaining in the first. And we're back now, folks. DK will be the one bringing it up here for Old But Cold. Maddie takes a swipe, no go, and it will be D now driving in. Dumps back over to Jill. OBC lead by 2, and they want to try to keep growing this lead. Jill splits the defenders, goes inside, gets pocketed by Lindsay. Sydney's the one that picks up the scraps. Dumps to Lindsay, quick pass out to Becky. Becky goes up, no go. Ends up going out of bounds, and it remains Old But Cold ball. Raylan inbounds now to DK. Just under 7 minutes remain in this match. DK goes to the right-hand side, tosses over to Jill, trying to size up Sydney. Has a screen here from Freya. Underneath is where Sydney goes. Ball gets played off of Sydney, and she's not able to recover fast enough to keep the possession there, and it will be Old But Cold here with it. Inbound from Jill over to Raylan. Raylan looking around, trying to size up Becky here in the post. Spins around, and it's a grit and grind in there, but no fall. Lindsay has it now, will outlet it quickly to Sydney, trying to run the tempo. See if anyone flashes. No, ends up just giving it over to Lindsay instead. Lindsay stepping back, swings over to Sydney, who sets her feet, launches from 3. Massive shot there! No Name take the lead! Big opportunity here, and after a slow start here for the reigning champions, they've really started getting back into their flow. Let's see if Old But Cold have a way to respond. D looking, analyzing, finds DK, but DK not able to hold on to it. It was like a back shoulder fade at the end of the end zone, but just how it usually goes in the NFL, no dice on the connection. It will be No Name retaking possession. Sydney bringing it up quick, gives it over to Sarah, but a miscommunication between the pair ends up with the ball out of bounds, and Old But Cold regaining it. Raylan now bringing it up. Gives it over to DK. DK surveys, analyzes, calls for Freya to flare up, gives it over to her. Takes the screen from Raylan, goes baseline on the left-hand side, trying to navigate around in the post. Gives it back over to the top to Raylan. Raylan going up, gets stripped there from DK. Her own teammate took it from her to make sure it doesn't get stolen. For a second, I thought it was a steal instead. Since our own teammate gets it, Jill goes up with it, but it was after shot clock. They say no count. It didn't fall anyway. And it will be No Name retaking possession. Sydney with the swing out now. Over to Maddie. Maddie finds Lindsay. Flash inside will be Sydney. Swings out to Becky. Her shot, no. Will be D who pulls it in instead. Jill behind the back pass, flashy, over to Raylan from the elbow. We know how much Raylan likes taking those shots from the elbow, and she demonstrates it there once again. Old But Cold retake the lead. To the corner, Sarah tacks baseline, swings out to Becky. Becky to Lindsay, Lindsay to Sydney, and the ball movement results in a 3 front iron, no go. Raylan's the one that pulls in the board here for Old But Cold. D's the one now bringing it up for him. And D dumps inside now to Freya. Freya goes around, up, isn't able to convert. Lindsay Shoppel's the one that pulls in the board. She'll be the one running the tempo now. Lindsay with a swing over to Sydney. Sydney goes up, floater, opportunity, no drop. D has it, Becky. It's fighting all the way inside. No Name able to come up with the points, following a couple tipped opportunities around the rim. And No Name now lead by 1. Jill trying to dance around, steps back, fully smothered. Doesn't matter, what a play there from Jill Stratton. Hits it with 2 in between the leg, cuts to the right, steps back and creates just enough separation on Sydney to hit that fadeaway mid-range. No Name here, end up getting an open look in the corner from Sarah, but it doesn't drop, and now Old But Cold look to build on their shot opportunity here. 3:30 remain in this first half. Jill steps back once again, doesn't get it, and Becky's the one that pulls in the board. Sydney with the 1, bringing it up, push the tempo. Behind the back, dumps over to the corner, swings back to the top, it's Lindsay. 4-3, no! Doesn't drop, bounces out of bounds. And Laura does not chase, as she will be the one inbound here for Old But Cold. Some substitutions are going to be made. Liz coming on, Patricia coming on. Coming off for him, it will be Sydney along with Maddie. Sarah saying that it was tipped by Laura. Refs do not agree with that. And it will be Old But Cold with possession. Jill taking it now. Steps back, steps around. Raylan looking and scanning. See what she can do. Goes up, no go. And now it'll be Lindsay bringing it up now. Lindsay spins around, goes up. My goodness! The spin move there into a little finger roll at the basket. And it will be No Name retaking this lead. It's been back and forth here in this end of the first half so far. We'll see how it goes. D goes up with it. Unconventional shot, but able to navigate the post to give Old But Cold a 1-point lead again. Just over 2 minutes remain. Sarah dumps over to Lindsay. Lindsay sees a cutter inside, finds Liz, who converts it. It seems that the shot counted, yes. But what is the referee calling here? Oh, a timeout was called here by Old But Cold, yes, and it will be that. We'll be right back here. It's a 1-point game. First half's almost over. You don't want to miss this. We'll be right back. Jill here dumps over to D. We're back from that timeout. They moved up quick. Raylan has it. He receives it. And now pulls up right around 3-point range. It's just long. No go. And the following game of our slate, it does seem like the next game of our slate will be the Powerpuff Girls. Last season they were the Roadrunners. And I can no longer do the meep joke that I would do every time that they ran it on the break. They're now called the Powerpuff Girls for this season. They'll be taking on Dynasty in the next matchup here. Travel gets called here for No Name, turned over quickly, and now it will be Old But Cold with a chance to answer back and at least potentially enter the half ahead. D bringing the ball up here. Dribbles around, scans, finds Jill. Jill now dumps inside of Raylan again. Raylan with the hesitation move, gets the bucket to go here in the post. And now with 40 seconds remaining, we'll see how Old But Cold defend this here. Sydney finds Lindsay, back to the basket, hands it back over to Sydney. Sydney now gives it over to Becky. She launches for three. It's long, but it will be Liz on the cut and the make. No Name able to take the lead again here in this close one. DK dumps over to D, and this will probably be the last possession of the half. D sizing up Raylan. No go, gives it to DK. DK hands over to Jill. There's 4 seconds left. She needs to get this shot off now. And the shot clock expires. No one counting down for him. And great defense here for No Name to lead into the half. One of the points did not register on the keypad. So we enter the half, No Name up 30-29. It's been fireworks here to start it off, and we'll see if we continue here in the second half. Welcome back, folks. Here, second half action here at the Hoop Dome. No Name against Old But Cold. Ball gets tipped out of bounds, and it will remain No Name possession here to start off the half. We'll see how they approach it. Currently leading by 1. Their 3 opportunity doesn't go, but it gets tipped back out to Liz. Over to Sydney. Sydney dumps inside. Lindsay scanning, looking around, sets her feet, thinks about a 3. No, ends up launching across court over to Liz. Liz back over to Becky. Becky over to Patricia. She sets her feet, launches for 3. Bang! Big opportunity here for No Name to make it a 4-point game. D the one bringing it up now. And out there at the moment for Old But Cold, it is Jill, D, Raylan, Freya, and Laura. Meanwhile, out there for No Name, we have Sydney, Lindsay, Patricia, Liz, and Becky. Lindsay gets the board here following the Old But Cold miss. Patricia flares for her, but it will just be Sydney who picks up here. Liz loses her dribble here, now has to scan around, finds teammate here, ends up giving it over to Lindsay. She turns it over, will be Laura who pulls it in. And the steal for Old But Cold is there. Now they're the ones running. Quick transition here. Ball over to Freya. She's going to set up here inside the post. Ends up swinging back over to Raylan. Drop shot opportunity there in the post, but it doesn't fall. And it ends up going out of bounds. No Name take possession. Ball just once again a misclick on the computers. It's being finicky. Liz now navigating, dumps inside of Lindsay. She gets it to go here from the midi. 2 more points here for No Name as they're starting to really get it going. Freya here on the right corner, gives inside to D. Possession arrow opportunity here, remains a chance here for Old But Cold following the scramble. No Name now setting up defense in the half court. Freya has it, goes up. We'll be right back real quick on the commentary, folks.
Something disconnected somewhere.
We're back, folks. Apologies there. Another tech problem again this week. But we're all good now. Old But Cold ended up getting a nice little make and free throw opportunity inside. Very, very nice for them on an and one. And now they had to stop they're back here once more, and we'll see if they're able to really navigate it. D swings over to Freya. Freya goes up with a fader, gets it a go, and one for Freya. And if she hits this free throw, we have a tie ball game now. This could be massive. Let's see if Freya hits this. High off the rim, no go. Sydney's the one that pulls in the board. Running quick on the transition. Tries to go inside, swings straight back out to a teammate. Maddie, her three, no go. It is rebounded by Lindsay. She goes up, nothing. Third chance, nothing. Still fighting for it though. Keeps it, goes up for the fourth time on the possession. And just like my cough, she won't quit. My goodness, wonderful possession there for her as No Name retake a 3-point lead. Jill tries taking contact, doesn't, and her shot falls astray. Sydney pulls in the board. She's the one bringing it up now. High tempo, behind the back, splits the defense. Ends up finding it to Laura. Ends up trying to find Liz, but found Laura. Now it will be Old but Cold setting up. D stops here at the free throw line, gives it to Jill. She launches for a jumper, no go. Rebounded by Lindsay, and now she's pushing the tempo. No one flares up, but she does have Liz in the corner. So she says, I'm taking it to the hoop. And even though she doesn't get the make, she doesn't get 2 free throws to come. Lindsay goes up, gets the first free throw here. Let's see if she's able to get it perfect here at the line. Second free throw now for Lindsay. She gets it to go. 2 free throws here. Jill swings to Freya, and it goes right back to Jill after the inbound. Freya skips and takes a screen from Freya. Hard contact there. Dumps inside of D. D able to maintain it. Goes up for Laura. 2 free throws to come now, it seems. Yes. Following the foul from Lindsay Shotball. Laura, first free throw, long, no go. Let's see if she can get the second one to go. Second one doesn't drop. Tips out. Pass over to Jill at the top. She ends up going straight to the hoop through contact. Doesn't matter. Gets the make. Old but Cold now sit 3 points away from a tie game. Let's see if they can get a stop and claw back. Lindsay here again on the inside. She's the one you really need to stop here for No Name. It's 2 more points for her in this one. Jill here driving in, spins around, goes straight up to the basket. No make. Rebounded now by Lindsay. And it will be Sydney who brings it up. Ends up swinging out over to Maddie. Maddie inside once again to Lindsay. Lindsay swings. Oh my God, how did she see Sarah? I couldn't even see Sarah. What a play! The distribution straight to the corner. And No Name able to continue their growth. Jill now bringing it up, gives it over to D. D has the screen from Laura, says I can respond back with a chance of my own. Doesn't go, and it will be Lindsay who's come to life here in the second half. She's now bringing it up, swings over to Sydney. She sets her feet, launches for 3, back to back from range. And that's the thing with No Name. You cannot give Lindsay Shotball an ounce of space, but apart from that, you can't give anyone an ounce of space. They've started on fire here in the second half. And with 12:47 remaining, we'll see if Old but Cold can regather themselves following this timeout. We'll be right back. we're back here, and it's Jill Stratton doing her thing, driving in, gives it to Freya. Freya back to Raylan. Raylan finds Freya. Takes the shot from the midi, swirls around and drops. That's what Old Bacol needed. Now they also need to get a stop on this side of the ball. They do just that, following the miss three. Raylan now pushing it on the right-hand side. Does a stutter step on Lindsay, goes up, blocked. No, just contested on the contact, forces a miss, but Freya able to pull in the board and get the shot right there. That's 4 quick points here for Old Bacol. Liz to Sarah. Sarah inside once again to Lindsay, who's trying to set up shop in the post. Instead gives it out to Sydney. Her long three, no go. And as it falls out of bounds, Old Bacol able to get 2 stops quickly with 4 points quickly. That's exactly what they needed, as now they seem to continue to try to build this momentum. Jill crosses over, dumps over to Raylan. Raylan dumps inside, but Sydney steals it. I think they just confused it with the different colored shirts. And now it will be Sarah giving it over to Liz. Liz tries to get it inside to Lindsay. Isn't able to, and now Sydney's the one that ends up coming away with it. She swings now over to Sarah. Sarah continues all the way around the horn to Maddie. Maddie swings all the way back to Sydney. Inside now, Lindsay backing up on Laura, gathers it, takes it inside, gets the board, goes up for the second chance. No go. Raylan's the one that comes down with it this time with pressure from 2 players of No Name. Draws a foul, and it will be a quick little inbound opportunity here for Old Bacol with the pressure off. Becky and Patricia will be subbing on for Liz, and Becky will be coming on afterwards, it seems. It will just be Liz for Sarah. Oh, for Patricia, sorry. TK, who came in for D, is now looking, waiting for someone to make themselves available, finds Raylan, who hands it back over to DK. DK finds to the corner, it's Freya. Freya ends up going out of bounds, forced baseline. Wonderful defense for No Name, as now they regain. Maddie subs off now for Becky. Following the quick possession, they're able to get that make in. Sydney bringing it up, Freya the one stepping up for coverage. Finds Patricia in the right corner, finds then Lindsay in the left wing, apologies. Ball over to Becky, swings over to Patricia, now in the right corner, gives inside to Lindsay with the post move, no make there, and it will be Raylan with the board. Quick pass out to DK, waiting to see if somebody comes by to help. DK dumps inside, stolen by Lindsay. She's now the one pushing the tempo, bringing it up. Has Sydney over to the left-hand side, finds her, goes right back to each other. Raylan comes flying in, forcing the miss. And no foul either. Wonderful distraction play that was. Jill now setting up. Here's Sydney setting up shop on defense. Freya comes up with the screen, but it will be Jill inside. And a foul has been blown against Sydney, and Old Bacol will set up here in the half court. Jill inbounds now to Freya. Freya hands it back over to Jill. Thought about the three. Instead, over the shoulder pass to Freya. Gives it over to DK. Waiting for Laura to come here now. Ends up running a handoff. Dumps inside to Jill. The miscommunication on that play. And Old Bacol turn it over quickly. D subs on now. And coming off for them will be DK. No Name inbound the ball. City the one with it. 8:40 remain in this game, and a lot can be seen and done. Jumper for Patricia, gets it a go. An enormous three there for No Name to make it a 10-point lead. And that's the story of No Name more than anything. They're a team, once they end up going up big, that's just the way it ends up turning out for them. You don't want to be playing catch-up with this side. They will make sure that you have to keep up and match them. Lindsay now gets the pass from Patricia. Goes straight to the hoop through contact. Switches from the right to the left, up off the glass. And another wonderful finish there for Lindsay's shot pull, as No Name tack on two. Jill drives to the left-hand side, getting double teamed. Swings back over to Freya. She says, I got to launch from three, short on the rim. Ends up landing in the hands of Sydney following the tip from Patricia. She gives it over to Becky. Becky not able to corral it and go up with it. And it will be a quick turnover for No Name as Old But Cold regain the possession. The inbound now for Jill. She dumps over to Raylan. Raylan putting in work in the post. 1-2 on the coverage through contact. Becky hits the ground. No foul called on offense, no foul called on defense, and it's just a missed shot. Lindsay brings it on the transition, gives it over to Sarah. Massive three here for No Name. They continue to grow the lead. D goes up through contact, draws the foul. 2 free throws here. Old But Cold looking to try to get back in the scoring column here, following a slow little lull as we're seeing right now in the second half. D got the first free throw, but wasn't able to get the second. It'll be a quick inbound now for No Name. Sydney with a dart. Oh my goodness, over to Patricia, and now it gets swung around on the inside. Lindsay to Sydney, Sydney to Sarah. Sarah, and everything comes through Lindsay in the middle, and she is able to find Becky on the left hash. Gets it up and in. Old But Cold need to respond quick here and want to get something going fast. A game that was only 1 point difference in the half now has a massive disparage here within both of them. 16-point game. Sydney finds Lindsay. Lindsay with a swing out to Sarah. Almost gets another three to fall for herself, but that one ends up swirling out. Raylan with the board, gives it over to D. D takes it over to the right corner. Sorry, right wing. Steps back, launches for three, short. Lands in the hands of Sarah. Sarah with a quick bounce pass, amazing. Amazing, and away they go is what I meant to say. Instead, I said amazing. Just the way it goes sometimes, but either way, just as scrambled my words were. The possession got scrambled there for Old But Cold. The transition got scrambled here for No Name. And now, whoa, it's a scramble all around. The point that I'm making now is that No Name will be the ones gaining possession, following through it all. Becky gives it out to Sydney. Sydney crosses left, pauses, ends up giving it now over to Patricia, finds Lindsay, dumps inside over to Sydney. She goes up, no make. Raylan's the one that gets the board, gives it now over to Jill. Freya, little post move there at the top of the key, but no go. Around the free throw line. Now it will be. Lindsay here, glancing, looking. Finds Sarah. Sarah ends up giving it over to Patricia, as they might just end up running the clock down a little, as they can afford to do so. Lindsay has it, swings over to Becky. She's open. It's a deep mid-range jumper, but it falls either way. Whistle goes here. Timeout called. And with 3:49 remaining, it's starting to look unlikely that Old But Cold come back. Still anything can happen, but an 18-point hole is going to be one hard to dig yourself out of. We'll be right back. We're back now here. Old Bacol looking to scramble, find their way up. Raylan goes around, wins some contact in the post, goes up with a shot. And Becky's slow to get up there following the contact. That one seemed like it hurt, but it will be ruled a defensive foul. 2 free throws to come now for Old Bacol. And as mentioned earlier in the match, we have the Powerpuff girls, formerly known as the Roadrunners. They will be playing here against the Dynasty squad in the next match. It's going to be our 3rd game of 4. That's a fun little slate. And lastly, we'll be closing out with Bodega, who will be playing against La Familia. That looks to be a fun match. We'll see how that one ends up turning out. Raylan's first free throw drops, hits the second one as well. That's really big here for Old Bacol. Ball's up in the hands of Lindsay. Lindsay swings over to Liz. Liz finds Maddie. Her finger roll doesn't drop, and it gets tipped out to Jill. They need points and fast. They're running the transition quickly. Pauses, tries flipping it over to Raylan. Becky swats it out of the air. Gives it over to Liz. Liz finds Maddie. Maddie takes it back out, dumps back inside to Lindsay. She goes up for some points of her own. No make. Rebounded now by Raylan. Raylan will be the one bringing it up. Finds Jill. Jill swings quickly over to D, who launches for 3! D for 3 is enormous there. And that's the type of shots they need to hit here. 2:20 remaining. They also need stops on defense. Putting pressure on Lindsay. She pops out to Liz, who finds her inside. What a cut and what a pass. Lindsay Shotbull tacks on 2 more. Ball quickly passed up to D. As she has Liz stepping up. Pass goes behind Jill. No go, and it will be Sydney picking it up. And now, quick outlet. Bounces out of bounds. Old Bacol need a quick inbound here. Patricia will be subbing on in exchange for Lindsay Shotbull, giving her a breather here to close out this match, it seems. Old Bacol might want to take advantage here while they can. Dump quick over to Freya. Freya has D flaring. Pass again on the outside, gives it over to Freya on the screen. D's jumper, far off to the right-hand side, no make. Ends up bouncing out, and No Name gaining possession. And with 1:15, it does seem like this one's over. No Name have taken control in the second half, and it really was a fantastic team effort for him. Patricia's jumper there doesn't fall. Jill's the one that gets the board, and she'll be trying to run to get some consolation out of this one. Quick outlet over to Freya. Wonderful cross-court pass. Finds her inside on the incision. Now I need a quick stop. Sydney trying to drive past Freya. Nothing's looking up. Finds Liz. Liz finds Maddie. Maddie dumps now over to Becky. Beats her defender. Gets it a go at the hoop. Jill behind the back on Liz. Gives it over to D. Fully contested for 3! In the face of the defender! It might not amount to much, but man, that one was right in the teeth of the defense. Ball played inside now to Patricia. She gives it over to Becky. Wasn't able to get much there. Jill here stops, pulls up, gets that mid-range to go. And it's a final score of 63-52 in this one. Big matchup there, full time. And Will, thank you so much for this game right here. We're going to be headed into our 3rd game of the slate. Very, very exciting. We'll be right back, folks. Thank you for watching the second one. No Name walks away and start their title defense season with a big play there. Thank you. Welcome back, folks. It's game 3 of our 4-game slate. Here we have Powerpuff Girls taking on the Dynasty. Here's a big matchup in this one. It's 2 returning teams, but 1 rebranded, but both with new faces. Out there at the moment for the Dynasty, we have Beast, as always, along with Jalika, Minori, Katie, and Valerie. Meanwhile, for the Powerpuff Girls out there at the moment, it is Michelle, Maylise, Mookie, Lynn, and May. Tip-off won by Powerpuff Girls. They're taking it quick. Swing out over to May. She takes a chance from range. No go. Rebounded by Minori, as now the Dynasty will be the ones running tempo. Quick swing out to Katie. Looks around, gives it over to Valerie. Finds Jalika. She sets her feet, launches from 3. She gets started early. We know how Jalika can be from range, and that's how she starts off her fall season. In the teeth of the defense. Ball out to Mookie, finds Lynn. Lynn with a fader in the mid, but doesn't go. Now will be Beast bringing it up. Quick outlet over to Katie, right at the hoop, gets it a go, and Dynasty have struck quick with 5 points. May now with the ball to see how she responds. Swings it over to Michelle. Has Mookie on her left, but has Maylise inside. Baits a defender one way, fades away, gets the shot off, but doesn't drop. And Beast the one that pulls it in. Beast outlets it now to Minori. Minori the one bringing it up, has Katie over on the right side, finds her. Katie swings cross court, open in the little left pocket is Valerie, but she doesn't get the make. Rebounded by Lynn, May the one pushing. And it's going to be fun to see how both these teams do. Dynasty had a wonderful run to the finals last season. In the end, it didn't amount to a win for them, sadly. But we'll see if they're able to repeat that this season. Meanwhile, for a team formerly known as the Roadrunners, a lot of turnover in terms of the roster design. But the Powerpuff Girls look to try to power their way through this season as well. But they'll have to get back on defense. Quick transition points there for the Dynasty. Makes it 7-0 after the bucket from Minori. Michelle gets her own miss. Swings it back over to May. And May looks around for her teammate. Sets her feet instead for 3. Long off the backboard and ends up in the hands of Katie. She's the one bringing it up. Straight to the teeth of the defense, no make. Rebounded by Mookie, who's now running it up. Waiting for teammates to come show support. Has Lynn inside, Maylise as well, but finds May. May over to Michelle. She sets her feet for 3. It's long and won't go, but Mookie able to pickpocket Minori on the rebound. But they aren't able to get the make there and not able to secure the second opportunity there as Jalika swings over to Katie. Loses her balance for a bit, but finds Beast. Back over to Jalika. Over to Minori. The ball movement's all over the place, and Minori splashes home a massive 3, making it a 10-0 lead for the Dynasty. May bringing it up now. Finds Maylise. She pulls up from the mid-range as Powerpuff Girls still look for their first points. May gets the board, ends up giving it over to Lynn, and as it bounces around, Powerpuff Girls with the new rebrand get their first points of the WMBA fall season. Minori swings over to Jalika, who quickly finds Katie inside. She goes up and in. Dynasty have been on fire. 12 points here, and we still have 19 minutes remaining in this first half. Mookie dumps over to Michelle. Michelle has Lynn setting a screen on Beast, has to switch with Valerie. No one steps up, but the make doesn't go for Michelle. Gets swung now over to Jalika. Tries outletting over to Katie. Instead, it gets picked off by May. May dumps off to Mookie. Little flying hook there, but isn't able to convert it. Failings. The ball lands in the hands of Beast. Beast swings now over to Minori. Finds Valerie inside. Back outside to Jalika. Her 3 clangs off the iron and lands in the hands of Michelle as Powerpuff Girls now look to push. Dribbling in, out, all around, but Michelle isn't able to get the make. Lynn gets the second chance on the board and up and in. Powerpuff Girls now tack on 2 more. Beast find Minori. Minori out to Jalika. Just able to give it back out to Minori. Minori finds Beast. They're able to get those points right there inside. Powerpuff Girls need to get more stops on defense while getting this offense going. Ball goes to May. Drives straight to the hoop, gets popped out by Jolika though. Ends up in the hands of Katie. Katie now has May all over her, trying to put some pressure. Pump fakes Maylise, ends up giving it over to Minori. Minori beats the defender, steps back, going all the way around, finds Valerie for the mid-range, gets it a go. A wonderful feat of dribbling there from Minori, shakes up the Powerpuff Girls defense, and she finds Valerie, who sinks it from the right elbow. Maylise goes up here, contested from behind, doesn't get the make, and Beast is the one that pulls in the board. Dynasty have just been in control. Katie up to the hoop through contact, no make, but gets the board, goes up again, this time fouled by Maylise. 2 free throws to come now for the Dynasty. Subs being made, Valerie coming off for Kara. Beast coming off for newcomer Natalie. No, Natalie will be waiting for the next set of substitutions. It will be Christina coming on for Beast. Meanwhile, for Powerpuff Girls, Christine comes on for May. We also have Tracy come in for Mookie. Need to see who it was. In my view, blocked by the referee. And we have Immaculate subbing on for Maylise. Currently getting a conversation with the referee, though I believe it has something to do with her earrings, who she has taped up, but it seems that the referee's going to have a problem with it. Dynasty get the first free throw, well, the second free throw, but weren't able to get the first. And now it ends up back once again in the hands of the Powerpuff Girls. Michelle fades right, steps left, and splashes home 3. Massive for the Powerpuff Girls. Quick outlet over to Christina, though. Jolika says, let me respond! Why not? And that's what she does. A wonderful play there, picked off by a corner. No, by Minori, who's able to try to find Katie, but it gets picked off by Christine. Ends up going out of bounds. Referees rule it in favor of Powerpuff Girls. Last touch by a member of the Dynasty. Natalie now subs on for Katie. Seems like a timeout has been called. And yeah, I think Powerpuff Girls are going to need this to try to regather themselves and see where they go from here. 20-7 is the score. Let's see how this keeps on going. We'll be right back here following a short little timeout. So right there, we weren't able to get it in time, but Christine put up a 3 and got fouled. She didn't make it, but now she gets 3 free throws, which is the way basketball works for all you people at home who already know this. So why am I over-explaining it is a fantastic question. Anyway, Christine here setting up shop for her 3 free throws. Powerpuff Girls really need this. It could be really big for their comeback here. 14:25 left in this match. First one here for Christine gets it a fall. Makes it 2 for 2. Let's see if she gets all 3 here to maximize the opportunity here at the charity stripe. There it is, there it is. Big opportunities all around for them. Now Jalika will be bringing it up. She swings and finds Christina. Christina trying to go up on Christine. No dice. Kara pulls in the board. It gets popped out by Natalie. But it seems like it was a reach-in foul. Yes, it was. Reach-in foul here by Tracy. As Powerpuff Girls have to set up once again here defensively in the half court. Natalie finds Kara. Kara finds Natalie. Apologies. It was Christina inbounding. Natalie finds Valerie. Valerie drop step inside. Goes up. It swirls around. It sits on the rim. Doesn't go. And that gets swatted straight into the hands of Tracy. Tracy has it. Gives it out now to Michelle. She's the one bringing it up. Launches from 3 and just doesn't get it to fall. She's able to get her own miss though. Swings back out to Christine. She gets a chance here for 3. Why not? Short on the shot again, off the rim. It'll be Christina this time on the rebound for Dynasty. She swings and finds Kara. Kara says, I'm going to give it a chance from range. High off the rim, rebounded by Immaculate. Immaculate finds Christine. Christine thought about giving it inside to Immaculate, who was flaring up. Instead pauses, stops, gives it over to Tracy with a massive 3. Powerpuff Girls starting to put it together. And just like the Free Minds game against Splash Sisters, we might see a comeback. Who knows? We'll see how it ends up falling. Valerie pauses here, ends up giving it out to Natalie. She's glancing, she's looking. And it gets tipped around, bounced off Kara. I don't even know what the call there would be. Tough one for the referees, but it stays with the Dynasty. Kara will inbound now. And she swings, finding Jalika. Jalika has to put up the quick shot at the shot clock, but it doesn't touch the rim. No go. And it will be Powerpuff Girls taking possession. Christine bringing it up now. Pauses, gives it over to Tracy. Tracy curling around, goes straight to the hoop through contact. Draws the foul. 2 free throws to come now for Powerpuff Girls. Gets one of the free throws, both of the free throws here. Powerpuff Girls able to capitalize. Beast subbing on now, and the clock will be starting up again. Beast coming on for who? It seems like it will be for Jalika. Beast here driving in, dumps back over to Kara. She sets her feet, launches from 3-point range, just off the iron, and now Melis will be bringing it up. Gives it over to May. May to Tracy. Tracy going baseline, looking around for a teammate. Gives it back out to May. May straight to the hoop. Gives it over to Immaculate. She takes the jumper. Midi! Good! And Powerpuff Girls were trailing 20-7. Called a timeout and went on a 10-point scoring run of their own. Incredible to see. Ball played inside. Now it will be Valerie. She gets points now, breaking that unanswered streak here as Dynasty able to get back in the scoring column. Tracy bringing it up for Powerpuff Girls. Ball play, Melis taking it straight to the basket. Pauses here, now has to find a teammate, gets it to Tracy. Tracy at least takes the screen. Tracy launches for three, high off the rim, and it lands up in the hands of Christina. Contact there. It'll be Valerie coming off now, along with Kara for Minori and Katie, but it will be Dynasty taking up here in the midcourt. The three here for Minori, off the inbound, gets it to go. And Dynasty right back at it. Ball ends up bouncing out of bounds slowly. Ball out once again, and it will be Beast pulling it in, swings out of Minori. Minori goes up with it, isn't able to get the make. Immaculate pulls it in, now gives it over to Tracy. Tracy over to Christine, now they're going to be running. Ball out of Christine, she launches from three, doesn't get her to fall. Ends up in the hands of Maylise. Maylise goes up, bounces around, second chance points goes for Powerpuff Girls. Beast now finding Christina. Christina stopping, dropping inside, a dime to Katie. Katie gives it right back to Christina, over to Beast. Beast pauses, looking, gives it over to Katie. Seeing what she can do through contact, up, no go. Rebounded by Tracy there towards the end of the shot clock. Tracy gives it over to May, but instead it hits off of Beast's shoulder. In the passing lane, Katie able to swat it twice, but it will remain Powerpuff Girls ball. Mookie will be subbing off for Immaculate here. Meanwhile, Jalika will be coming on for Natalie. Beast over to Christina. Christina gives it over now to Jalika. Jalika finds Minori. Minori gives over to Christina. No fall. Christina up again. Second time is lucky and gets it a fall here for Dynasty. Mookie quick on the transition. Gives it over to Christina. Fully contested from three. Doesn't go. Michelle pulls in the board. Gives it back over to May. May thinks about the three. Instead goes straight to the hoop. Through contact. No fall. And it'll be Christina pulling in the board. Beast to her left. Minori behind her. Gives it to Minori. Minori dumps back to a flashing Katie. Katie popping on the flare. Gives it over to Jalika. Steps back one-legged from the midi. Nothing gets cleaner than that. What a shot from Jalika. Dynasty making a 10-point gap once more. How do Powerpuff Girls respond after that runner? Maylise with a behind-the-back pass on the wraparound. No conversion there for Michelle, and it will be Dynasty running quick. Minori goes up with the lay-in through contact. 2 free throws there. 2 free throws come now for Dynasty. First one here for Minori, gets it a fall. Let's see if she can get both here for the Dynasty. Second one, swirls out, doesn't fall, and it will be Michelle. Quick swing out over to Mookie, but it is a 3v1. Not when they're really to support. Gives it over to Tracy now that she's appeared, and Tracy pulls up from midi. Quick points here. Powerpuff Girls trail by 9. And a quick turnover there following a miscommunication on the pass from the Dynasty. Now Powerpuff Girls retake possession once more. Mookie finds Michelle, who gives it back over to Mookie. On her own here on the left-hand side, now gives over to Tracy. Tracy given space, launches for 3 off the backboard, no fall. And Minori's the one that pulls in the board, gives it over to Beast. We know Beast can quarterback this offense. Let's see if she has any crazy pass. Instead, it's just a handoff over to Jalika. And that's from Curry range. My My goodness, what a shot that was from her. Quick pass from Mookie, gets tipped and ends up in the hands of Kara. Beast now running the tempo again. Has Michelle coming in, snooping behind her. Instead pauses, gives it back over to Minori. Minori once again with a pass inside of Kara, gets tipped by Tracy. And it will be Dynasty remaining with possession here in the half court. Minori gives it over now to Kara. Kara gets a defender in the air, puts up the shot again. This time it doesn't fall. And that's bounces out of bounds. Powerpuff Girls retake possession. No. It seems it was tipped. It was. I didn't see the tip originally. But refs believe they saw it, and therefore Dynasty will remain with possession. Minori over to Beast now. Fades for three! My goodness, big shot there from Beast. And when she's smothered by the defense, we know she can still pull the rabbit out of the hat. It really showed it off right there as Dynasty continue to grow this lead again. It's 15 now. May has it back over to Tracy. Tracy to May. May sets her feet, launches from three-point range, high off the rim, no drop. May Lise is the one that has it. Gives it out to Mookie. Mookie potentially steps into a shot, instead ends up keeping it. Gives it over to Tracy. Finds May Lise in the corner. Her three doesn't drop, and it will be Katie. Pulls in the board, now running the transition for Dynasty. Finds Kara. Kara swings to Beast. Beast is Mookie stepping up. Finds Minori open for three in the left corner as it swirls out. Kara's the one that grabs it, but isn't able to put it back up. Now it's going to be Dynasty once again here in the half court. Beast fully contested. No dice on the three. Powerpuff Girls gets retake possession. Very interesting shot choice there, to say the least. Mookie bringing it up now. Pauses, gives over to Tracy. Tracy gives over to Melise. She launches from three-point range. Hits off the rim, drops, and now it will be Minori bringing it up. Mookie bringing it up, cuts it back to Jalika, but she wasn't anticipating it. It rolls out the side, and it will remain Powerpuff Girls ball. Melise subs out for Lynn. May finds Lynn inside here in the post. Back to the basket, hands out to Tracy. Tracy between the legs, steps back for three, swirls out, just hasn't dropped. And Minori able to pop it out between two defenders to keep possession. Now she's the one running. Pulls up from the free throw line, doesn't get her to drop, and it will now be Michelle taking possession again. Michelle tries to get it over to May. Does so. Now it goes over to Tracy here on the right-hand side. Beats Katie on the dribble. Able to keep it back out to Mookie. Mookie pump fakes, able to swing all the way out to Michelle. Michelle steps back, thinks about the three, doesn't take it, and now it will be May going through the teeth of the defense. Draws contact, foul. 2 free throws come for Powerpuff Girls. Tracy subbing out for Immaculate. Christine subbing on for Michelle. Valerie coming on for Katie, and Christina coming on for Beast. Okay, so the substitutions there were Minori for Valerie, Beast for Natalie, and Katie for Christina. For Dynasty, a little confusion there on who was coming out where, but they got that sorted, and so do we over here. 1:40 remaining left in this one. As we know, clock is running, as it is still the first half. Second free throw for May, doesn't drop. Immaculate pulls it in though, goes up with it, isn't getting the make. Now it'll be Christina, gives it over to Jalika. She's the one bringing it up, swings quick over to Christina, tipped by Immaculate. Dynasty remain in possession. Christina now hands it inside to Katie. Katie pump fakes for a moment, ends up fading here, goes up, no go. Lynn pulls up with the board. Now it will be Christine bringing it up here for Powerpuff Girls with a lot of insistence, just doesn't get it to fall, and it ends up going out of bounds, hitting the stanchion. Dynasty retake possession. Natalie now gives it over to Christina. Christina dribbling here for a moment, thinking, swinging, pausing, gives it over to Natalie. Held it for a moment before going up to the basket, draws contact. 2 free throws to come now for the Dynasty as the clock continues to tick down. This might end up being the last shots of the half. As we know, sometimes they like taking their time here on the free throw line because they can afford to do so. First one here for Natalie, doesn't drop. Let's see if she can hit the second one. Shot up, makes it here from the line, and as the clock ticks down, it's over here at the end of the first half. 37-22 in favor of the Dynasty. A ballistic first half. Powerpuff Girls still put up a fight, though. We'll see if they're able to claw it back here in the second half. We'll be right back. Don't go away. So, Dynasty started the ball here in the second half, and they very quickly turned it over before we could change the camera. Powerpuff Girls will be now taking possession following that quick turnover, and the shot from Melis doesn't drop. Christina's the one that pulls it in. Out there to start this second half for the Dynasty, we have Minori along with Kara, Christina, Natalie, and Valerie. So once again to say, Valerie, Natalie, Kara, Christina, and Minori. Meanwhile, Michelle just got fouled, and she's out there along with Tracy, Christine, Melis, and Lynn for the Powerpuff Girls. Michelle gets her first free throw to go, and that's the first points of the half here for the Powerpuff Girls. Second one here, doesn't drop. Tipped around, ends up in the hands of Valerie. She outlets now to Kara. Quick over to Natalie. Natalie over to Minori. Catches here on the left corner. Gives it back over to Valerie. Goes up with it, no go. And now it gets rebounded by Melis. She's the one bringing the pressure. Pause here, finds Christine. Stops, hesitates. Ends up with a bounce pass inside of Lynn. Lynn, double, hezzy on the fader, but isn't able to get her to fall. Valerie the outlet over to Kara. Kara to Minori. Minori says, let me wait for the offense to come join me. Has the set here. Gives it over to Christina. Christina finding Natalie. Ends up giving it over to Valerie. Finds Kara at the top. Launches for three. And it just isn't ready to go. Valerie keeps it in bounds. No. Stepped right out just at the edge. And Powerpuff Girls will be taking possession. Christine launches here, isn't able to get her to fall. Powerpuff Girls don't come away with anything in this possession. Outlet once more. Kara gives it over to... Gave it over to Valerie. Valerie found Christina. Christina's jumper just doesn't fall. Michelle, the one pushing the tempo here for Powerpuff Girls, goes straight into the teeth of 4 defenders. And it is an offensive foul here. Charge from Michelle. Dynasty retake possession. Minori finds Christina here on the inbound. Gives it back over to Kara. Sets her feet, dumps inside over to Valerie, but it's last off Melis. Dynasty retake possession. Christina dumps quick over to Valerie. Gets Melis in the air. Tries dribbling. And ends up taking contact, getting fouled. But it wasn't in shooting motion, so once again, here in the half court. Kara with the back screen. Has it, but it gets ruled a moving screen here. And in doing so, Powerpuff Girls gain possession there. Christine swings now over to Tracy, taking possession. Tracy finds a curling Michelle. Doesn't have anyone coming here to set a screen, but ends up giving it over to Lynn. Lynn finds Tracy. Tracy trying to set up shot, back over to Lynn. Lynn looking here with 7 seconds on the shot clock. Tracy back over to Michelle. She needs to take it deep from 3-point range. It's far, but they're able to get the rebound. Lynn goes up with it, draws the foul. 2 free throws to come now here for the Powerpuff Girls. First one here for Lynn. Sits over here on the rim, swirls out, doesn't get to fall. Katie will be coming on for Kara. Second free throw here for Lynn, gets it to fall. Powerpuff Girls. Christina here gives it over to Minori now. Looking around, finds Natalie. Natalie able to get Michelle in the air a little bit, drives left, gives it over to Valerie, pickpocketed by Tracy. Tracy gives it over to Christine, now going straight to the hoop through contact. Doesn't matter because even through the difficulty, she gets the bucket to go there. Powerpuff Girls starting to really cut into this lead. Katie goes up with a fake pass, isn't able to get the make. Tracy pulls it in. Another quick rushed possession for Dynasty. Tip pass out. Natalie not able to hold on, and now Christine's going to have it. She finds Michelle. Michelle steps back a little, gives it over to Christine. She launches for 3. It's long, but straight to Melis. He's trying to set up shop, gives it over to Michelle, but tries to give it over to Michelle, ends up giving it over to Christine. Pass ends up in the hands of Lynn, goes up, doesn't go in. And Powerpuff Girls walk away without any points in that one. Minori now sets up here for Dynasty. Open for 3, and she splashes home. The first points of the half for Dynasty, and it's a massive one here, really to erase any of the growth so far we've seen from Dynasty. Enormous block again, double block, but that one gets called a foul. The second one does. Valerie can't believe it. She's surprised. And she's subbing out now for Jalika. Beast coming on for Natalie. And we have May coming on for Tracy. Michelle coming on for Mookie. Oh, well, that's the planned substitution. We'll see when it happens. Christine here trying to set up shop at the free throw line. First one. Gets it to fall. Let's see if she can convert here from her second opportunity. Doesn't get her to fall there, and it doesn't touch the rim. So it will be an inbound opportunity here. Mookie coming on for Christine instead of Michelle here. Christina gets the inbound from Beast before giving it back, and Beast the one bringing it up. Just over 15 minutes left here in the second half. Ball goes straight to the hands of Katie. Lynn's the one that has it here on the break. Powerpuff Girls looking to strike. Michelle goes up. Touch pass to Mookie, gives it back over to Melis, who pulls up from the right elbow, doesn't drop. And it will be Beast pulling it up now, gives it over to Christina. Christina, outlet is just a bit too far. And Katie isn't able to corral it. Powerpuff Girls regain possession. A lot of turnovers, some sloppy play here early on. We know what both these teams can do, and they will potentially get it moving. Mookie sets up shop for 3! Big shot there for Powerpuff Girls to make it a 10-point game. Enormous opportunity there. Mookie starting to finally get going in this one, and you'll love to see it. Mookie plays with a crazy level of intensity, and that's something that this Powerpuff Girls kind of needs. Beast thought Katie was flaring on the backdoor cut, gets fancy with the pass, doesn't connect, goes straight out of bounds, and it will be Powerpuff Girls here with the possession. May swings quick now. Over to Maylee. She takes it straight to the basket. Gets 2 points there quick. 14 minutes now, and it's an 8-point game. Powerpuff Girls are inching closer and closer. Christina finds Minori. Has a screen from Beast. Ends up beating Mookie. Double defense. Goes straight in. And through contact here, Minori shoved. Doesn't get a shooting foul here, but she does get a chance to inbound. Finds Beast. Fades away. Beast high off the rim. Won't go. And ends up in the hands of Mookie. There's Powerpuff Girls now going to be running the tempo. Mookie bringing it up. Waits for some teammates. Gives it over to Michelle, who cuts over here on the right corner. Back over to Mookie on the wing. Swings right to left. May driving inside through the defense. Over the shoulder opportunity. And gets fouled. 2 free throws to come now for Powerpuff Girls. And they've really been bringing it back here. And what they're doing more than anything, they're attacking the basket, drawing fouls, and making sure they're getting looks that they feel comfortable with. Lynn now subs out for Tracy. And those are the looks that they're doing. On defense, they're kind of just saying, you know what, Dynasty, if you want to run high tempo, go for it. They're making sure they're rushing them on the looks, and it's been working so far. Dynasty haven't really been consistent with their makes apart from that massive 3 from Minori. It's a 6-point game now after both free throws drop for May. Dynasty need to get back on the horse. Minori here sizing up, flicks out to Jalika. She sets her feet, launches deep from 3, short on the rim. Tracy pulls in the board through the contact, gives it back to Maylise. We'll be bringing it up slowly now, saying, you know what, we can take a breather. We can see what we have. Maylise gives it over to May, who flares up. May dumps over to Michelle in the corner. She sets her feet, launches for 3, long, won't go, and it gets rebounded now by Beast. Beast shakes off a deep pass early, ends up choosing it herself. Gives it to Mookie, loses the dribble. Instead, it gives it over to Jalika. Jalika's open. The dump inside goes to Katie. Katie goes up through contact. 1-2 goes up. Not a great look there on the hook, and it will be Powerpuff Girls regaining possession again. Mookie bringing with intensity. Gives it over to May. May swings out to Tracy. Tracy has Katie coming in. Maylise cuts, though, and open on the shot from mid-range. Make it a 4-point game now. Following that shot for Powerpuff Girls, they've clawed right back into this. A gap that was at 15 at the half. It's 4 now with 11:34 left in the game. Beast goes up, isn't able to get it. It gets called off the shot, but it's because there was a foul, which means Dynasty get to keep the possession of the ball. Stakes didn't go. Elise now will be subbing off for Lynn. Christine waiting to see. She'll probably be the next substitution. Minori over to Kara, who just subbed on for Valerie. And it will be Beast here looking around, waiting for someone to make themselves open. Said calls for the ISO, tells him to go around. Minori saying, I'm going to chill in this corner. Beast on Mookie, goes up, isn't able to get the make. Lynn's the one that pulls in the board. Has one power dribble, isn't able to get it. Gives it over to Tracy. Tracy, quick swing out to Michelle. Now they're running. Powerpuff Girls on the move. Swings it over to Tracy. Tracy over to May. Launches for 3. My goodness, an enormous one. It's a 1-point game out here in the Hoop Dome. Powerpuff Girls have brought it all the way back. And this game, it doesn't get much better than this in WMBA basketball. Great play here for the basketball. Tracy is getting the board there, following another rush shot from the Dynasty. And they got to slow down and find the looks that they like. From behind, Tracy gets pressure. Her 3 isn't able to drop. Minori keeps it in bounds, though. Swings it quick over to Jalika. Jalika dumps over to Kara. She has it. Sits on the rim. Dynasty score. And they're able to break the duck, break the drought to make it a 3-point game. Tracy loses her dribble. Gives over to Michelle. Dumps over to Lynn, fades away through contact, no go. Michelle fights through, gets the rebound again, gives it over to May. May through contact goes up, isn't get the make. Lynn has it. They're all scrambling for it. Lynn still has it. And it's last off of the Dynasty. No, ruled last off Powerpuff Girls, and it will be Minori who will inbound for the Dynasty. Subs being made now. Valerie coming on for Katie. Christine will be coming on for Michelle on the side of the Powerpuff Girls. Jalika quick over to Kara. Kara finds Beast. Beast goes up, no go. Mookie pulls it in, ends up giving it now over to Tracy. Tracy swing out to May. May bringing it up now. Pausing for a moment, ends up finding Christine. She sets her feet, dumps inside. One dribble for Lynn, fades away. Bucket for Powerpuff Girls to make it once again a 1-point game. Jalika outlet over to Kara. One power dribble goes up with it immediately. And a foul gets called. 2 free throws to come here for the Dynasty. Their quick break pays off here with a chance to get 2 here from the line. They need to capitalize. Kara's free throw. First one drops. Let's see if she can make it 2 for 2. Gets it a fall. Perfect from the line in this trip. Christine bringing it up here for Powerpuff Girls. Gives it over to Mookie. Mookie swings over to May. May feigns left, goes right. But her dump pass inside, Jalika is the one that ends up collecting it as Dynasty get a turnover. Minori swings inside, and despite it getting grazed by the Powerpuff Girls, it made its way over to Beast, who's able to convert from the mid-range. 5-point cushion now for Dynasty. Mookie throws a missile inside to Lynn. She gets 2 points here. She's keeping them honest. Beast here bringing it up. Dumps inside to Kara. Kara over to Valerie. Whistle goes. It's a reach in for Tracy. Bucket doesn't count on the possession, but it will remain Dynasty ball. Christina subbing on now for Kara. Minori will inbound here for Dynasty. Gives it over to Valerie. Valerie over to Beast. Sets her feet. Launches for 3. Beast doesn't get it to go. Valerie able to try to keep it. Tracy put pressure. But it gets last off of Valerie. Powerpuff Girls keep possession. A timeout here now for Powerpuff Girls. They're going to see what they can do, but their run has put them within 3. We have 6:48 remaining, and this match has become a nail-biter. We'll be right back. We're back, folks. There, Powerpuff Girls following the timeout here, bringing it up. Christine drives to the right-hand side. Loses the dribble, gives it over to Melise. Melise driving in. Flips underhand to Mookie. Launches for 3. No go. Michelle keeps it, though. Shot clock didn't touch a rim, so it didn't reset. They have 3 seconds here to get a shot. Michelle fades. Puts it up. Banks it in! At the buzzer! We have a tie game! Powerpuff Girls tie it up. They were down 15 at the half. They're all square now. Valerie swings over to Minori. She's open for 3 in the left corner. Answers one with her own. says, hey, you want to score 3? I got 3 right back. Dynasty, take it back here. Ball played inside. Christina makes up with a steal here, gives it over to Jalika. Jalika pauses, pulls up from the mid-range. It's short. Michelle's the one that pulls it in here, slows it down here for Powerpuff Girls. And we'll see where they end up going. Drives here left, has someone pick underneath, goes underhanded, but isn't able to convert. Rebounded here by Natalie. Natalie's the one leading the break. Waits for the teammates to step up. Gives over to Christina. Christina back to Natalie. Natalie thinks about setting her feet, instead goes straight to the basket through contact. Draws it. 2 free throws to come here for Dynasty. It's big in that aspect. High bounce off the rim for the first, but Dynasty able to get points there. Let's see if they make it a 5-point game. Isn't able to get it there on the second chance. Melise will inbound it here quickly over to Christine. Christine stops, looks, drives inside, goes up, isn't able to convert. And now it will be Valerie. Quick pass out. The hop step there. Woo! Wonderful little hop step, swirl around and through contact. It wasn't a conversion, but it will be very, very nice finish there from Minori. Even though it didn't drop, it will be 2 free throws here. Let's see if she gets those 2 points. Minori here with free throws. First one. High off the rim, bounces out. Let's see if she can at least salvage something here from this visit to the line. Second free throw to come. Minori doesn't get it to fall. Michelle's the one that pulls in the board. Now she's the one leading. It gets popped out by Minori, but it is ruled a reach-in. Powerpuff Girls will get to inbound after not giving up any points there with 2 missed free throws. Michelle has Mookie, but also has Christine. Christine gives it right back to Michelle, who's not able to keep it in. And it will be Dynasty. Michelle pats her chest, says it's just on me. That's on me, Chief. Doesn't matter, though. Dynasty will retake possession here. Ball into Jalika. Jalika drives in, tries to swing over to a teammate. Instead, it hits off of not 1, but 2 players of the Powerpuff Girls. And it will be Dynasty continuing with possession. Ball quickly inbounded over to Jalika, able to finish at the rim. 2 points here. Dynasty make it a 6-point game. How do Powerpuff Girls respond here? It's a 3 minutes left in the game. 3 ball, of course, makes it a 3-point game. Ball inside over to Melise. Melise goes straight to the basket through contact. No make. No make, no foul. And it will be Valerie pulling it in, slowing it down, gives it over to Jalika. Jalika pulls up her hand, says, let's slow down. Let's slow it down here and take control our way. Gives it to Christina, back over to Jalika. Finds Natalie. Natalie thought Christina was going to stay in the corner, but the flare inside doesn't go. And Katie now looks to sub in for Minori. That's the change that will be made for Dynasty. Christine bringing it up here, ends up giving it over to May. May sets her feet, but finds Melise inside. It's tipped off of Katie, but Melise able to keep possession. Pauses, spins, gives it over to Tracy. She'll launch for 3. Money! Big shot there to make it a 3-point game. Powerpuff Girls still within range. Ball over to Katie here for Dynasty. She finds Natalie. Christina able to get the contested ball. Steps back at the free throw line. Isn't able to get to make. Tracy's the one that pulls it in. Dumps over to Michelle now. Sets her feet. For 3 is May. No go. Tracy able to keep it in bounds though. Swings out over to Melise. She sets her 3. No go off the rim. Once again another opportunity here for May. She finds Michelle. She launches for 3. High off the rim, and that time it will be Dynasty ball. They're telling them slow it down. Take your time. We're in the lead by 3 points with time winding down. It's on our side. Just breathe. And Christina says aye. Keeps possession, dumps inside of Katie. They lose it for a moment, but ends up in the hands of Natalie. Natalie driving in over here with 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Valerie, they need to get a shot. It's high tip off. Instead, it ends up in the hands of Christine. It's a 2v1 on the break. Christine has it. Dumps over to May. May goes up with it. Gets the make. 1 point game here. 1 minute left. Timeout has been called. 58.5 on the clock. Woo. 1 point game. Powerpuff Girls with a massive comeback on the card, and it would be big if they get a win to start the season against last season's second place runner-ups, essentially. The runner-ups from last year, the Dynasty. We'll be right back here following the short timeout. You don't want to miss it. We'll be back. Quick inbound here. Dynasty still in control, but it is a 1 point game. They need to be careful. Katie goes up with a cut to the basket. Draws a foul. 2 free throws to come here. Katie with a chance here. To get 2 here would be massive for him. Clock dies down. Jalika puts up her hands and says, let's calm down. Let's keep it our tempo. But we got to be able to score these 2 free throws here. Dynasty setting up their time here. Katie. This game's in her hand here. First free throw up. Far off the rim, no go. Let's see if the second one can drop here for her. Second one here for Katie. Up. Doesn't get it either, long on the rim. But it's off Tracy. Who's it off? The refs rule it off Tracy. There are appeals on both sides saying there was a tip from both teams. Instead, it will be Dynasty maintaining possession here, and that's big for them. 48.8 remain. Ball in a Beast, and that one grazed off Beast. No, it grazes off Powerpuff Girls again. Refs now deliberate to see who it is. Whose ball is it? It's Powerpuff Girls' ball. Tight defense here on the press. Ball inbounded over to Michelle. She's the one bringing it up. Beast putting some pressure. Ball gets swung over to Christine. Christine pauses, launches from mid-range. No go. Lynn pulls in the board. Swings it out to Tracy. She sets her feet. High off the rim. Rebounded by Valerie. Valerie looks around. Gives it to Minori. They're going to be like, let's slow it down. Let's slow it down. Powerpuff Girls, hey, we don't want it to slow down. We need to speed this up. May intentionally fouls. Sends him to the line. 2 free throws, it seems. Or will that? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We're in the bonus. 2 free throws here for Minori. This could be massive for the Dynasty. It's week 1, and we have exhilarating action to the buzzer. Her first free throw, high off the rim, no go. Second one for Minori goes up and in, making it a 2-point game. A 3 wins the game, a 2 sends it to OT. Another timeout's been called, and we'll be right back. 22.8. Man, it's exhilarating. You don't want to miss it. Quick inbound here, under 20 seconds left in the match. Powerpuff Girls doing what they can. A 3 gives them the lead. A 2 forces potential overtime. Ball into Lynn. She goes up. Fouled. 2 free throws here. 10 seconds remaining in the match. And she could tie it up here with 2 made free throws. It's coming down to the wire, folks. It's getting hectic. First one here for Lynn. High off the rim, don't go. Second free throw, making a 1-point game. They're gonna have to intentionally foul here following the make, and even after the miss as well. Second one, high off, no go. It bounces around, and they get fouled here intentionally. Free throws to come, 7-7 on the clock. Katie with 2 free throws here. Massive for the Dynasty here as we're coming down to the wire. Dynasty hoping not to blow that massive halftime lead they had. Powerpuff Girls going to give it everything they can to force OT. First one for Katie. Swirls out. Second one here for Katie. Everyone's quiet here except for the speakers. Second free throw for Katie. Banks it in. 3-point game. A 3 is needed for OT. Swings to Tracy. Tracy to Michelle. She's trying to split through defense. And they intentionally fouled her. 2 free throws is what gets ruled. Yes. Very smart, intentional foul here. 2 free throws. 2 free throws here for Michelle. She needs both of these, and they need a bucket. First one misses. Let's see if she gets that second one ready. It's intense. Second one goes in. 2-point game. They need a turnover fast. Ball into Jalika. She holds on to it, lays it over to Minori, and as the clock winds down, Dynasty hold the charge from Powerpuff Girls to start the season 1-0. Exhilarating game down to the wire. Powerpuff Girls will definitely not be super happy with how it ended. Frustrated, but it is what it is. Right now they're having deliberations with the referees. Right here, there's an explanation of the rules, but it won't change the score. Dynasty 54, Powerpuff Girls 52. Crazy game here in week 1, wonderful to see. And now we're going to be seeing Bodega take on La Familia in a big clash to close out the day. One more game here at the Hoop Dome, folks. We'll be right back. Final here, Dynasty 54, Powerpuff Girls 52. Welcome here, folks. It's our final slate. It's our final slate. And in terms of name quality, it won't be a much bigger game than this one. No Name played earlier. La Familia looking for revenge. Bodega likewise. Two big teams here with a lot of roster turnover as well. So first of all, out there at the moment for La Familia, you see the standard, Leticia Lopez, Anne-Marie King, and Sienna King. Pretty standard on that front, but who's also out there? Sarah Bennett. Supremes won't be playing this season, so Sarah Bennett will be joining them, along with Angel out there as well. Joining, obviously, on the bench as well is Keisha. So that's going to be fun for them as well. Here for the match as well is Priska and Kiki. Meanwhile, out there on their bench, they have Shams, who is here as well. So that's going to be fun for them. Meanwhile, on the side of Body Bodega, also a very different side, they have Janella out there alongside Tamaya, Rebecca, Sydney, and Susie. That's going to be fun. We'll see how that ends up shaking up for them. They have Minori and Michelle shaping up as bench for them if they end up needing it. Bodega got a make on one end. They'll go up once more here. Sydney not able to get it. And it will be running it back here for La Familia. Keisha now gives it over to Leticia. Leticia flips over to Sarah Bennett. She's open for three. Pulls it. Doesn't get her to fall. Now bringing it up to Maya. Giving it everything she's got. Splits two defenders. Goes up. Dumps over to Janella. Janella goes up and in. 2 more points here for Body Bodega. Shot goes up and in here. Massive three here for La Familia. Leticia Lopez, the first one to strike for him this season. But yeah, as I mentioned, a lot of turnover here for these teams. It's going to be interesting how it transpires for them. And I know it'll definitely have an effect. Maybe people will be coming back later on this season. Who knows? But we'll see where it goes. Rebecca Mensah, also a part of Supremes for the past couple years, joining Bodega this year. So it's going to be fun to see for her. Hook shot there from Sydney. Doesn't drop. Keisha's the one that ends up pulling it in. And now it will be La Familia again on rotation. Sydney here tries getting it on the backdoor cut. No dice. And it will remain La Familia possession. Oh, yeah. Going to be interesting. Shot bounces around. No go. Shot bounces out, doesn't end up falling. Ball up to Leticia Lopez here on the transition. Once again, 4 hours to cast it by myself is tough, folks. It's tough. I can't even English at times. But either way, Sarah jumps it inside of Leticia, tries drawing the foul, doesn't get it. Leticia surprised by it, but either way, Sarah Bennett has it, gives it over to Keisha, back over to Sarah. 4-3! Back-to-back threes here for La Familia as they now take the lead. Travel gets called there. Bodega not able to continue on with that possession. A little bit quiet here in the final game, folks. More so we're still figuring out a lot of aspects here. Love the technical side. A lot of changes so far this season. We're doing what we can here to capitalize and show y'all the best product. Turnover there. Janelle, the one bringing it up here. Double step inside. Isn't able to get the make. Leticia Lopez pulls in the board. Leticia bringing it up. Rebecca sizing up on defense. She kicks it over to Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie tries dumping it over to Sienna. Sienna gets it underneath the basket. Gets 2 points there. Thank you very much, it says. Janela now driving in. Isn't able to do much there. Contact. I'm wondering what the call is here, who they're pointing at. Oh, there it is. It's a foul on defense for La Familia, and it will be taking up continuing. Big. Really, really big. The inbound lost a little to Maya. Goes up again. Isn't able to get it. Ball inbounded over to Michelle, who's in as a breather for people. Goes up. No go on the sub. Rebounded by Leticia. She's the one bringing it up. Angel, by the way, subbed in for Anne-Marie. Sarah Bennett back out to Leticia. She launches for three. No go. Ends up in the hands of Janelle. Janela, she's the one bringing it up. Janela stops on a dime. Spins right. Goes left behind the back. It's popped out by Leticia Lopez. So Maya here sizing up Prisco, who subs in to the basket through defense. A little bit of a circus layup, but it's more so to call a foul. And by the way, yeah, I had an issue right there on the scorebook. Wasn't updating. Now it fully is. Susie will be subbing out now for Minori on the side of Bodega. Nabs subbing off for Prisco. Tamaya here seeing first free throws. Gets it to fall. So she can get the second. Second free throw falls, and now Bodega will set up on defense, see if they can get a stop here in La Familia. Ball over to Nams. Just subbed in. Looking, scanning, tries to get inside of Sienna. Does so, and Sienna able to get the bucket at the rim. Ball goes in, no go. And now it will be Kiki bringing it up following the miss. Lobs over to Nams. Finds Sienna once again, who cuts in with a wonderful finish at the basket. Ball goes all the way around. Big shot once again for La Familia. And again, the scoreboard has not been ideal. Apologies to everybody at home as we've been dealing with some technical aspects here, but we got them all sorted now. And the score all updated now. Oh, no it's not. Oh man, the tech issues are lovely right now. They're loving me right now. La Familia with 2 points here now to tack on. It's 17-8 here. La Familia taking a big control of this one. Janela launches for three, bounces out of the iron, no go. Michelle trying to keep possession of it, swings over to Minori. She launches for three, splashes home, and Bodega able to start clawing back a little potentially. Who knows? That's a big shot to make it a 6-point game. Nams finds Kiki, not able to get it to fall. It will be Sienna up again, this time foul. 2 free throws to come here for La Familia. First one here for Sienna. Second one falls as well. Cyan now subs out for her mom, Anne-Marie. Kiki now gives it over to Rebecca. Tamaya opens up the bank account, banks it in. Wonderful shot from Rage. Bodega now slips it over to Leticia. Leticia stepping over to the side, swings quickly over to Kiki. Kiki dumps over to Anne-Marie, no go. Rebecca not able to hold on to it though. Nam swings over Leticia, holds on to it now. Covered by Minori. But she's able to give it over to Kiki. Kiki's pauses back over to Leticia. Leticia, quick footwork here, looks around, finds Kiki again. No, picked up by Janela. And Janela now the one leading the charge. Kiki coming up behind. One fake, goes up with it, draws. The foul is Janela. 2 free throws to come here for Bodega. First one doesn't drop here for Janela. Let's see if she can get the second here. Second free throw here for Janela. Swirls in. Making it a 4-point game here. Bodega still within reach. 10:34 remain in this first half. Leticia out to Nams. Nams swings all the way back to Leticia. She sets her feet, doesn't take the shot, instead pulls up from the mid-range. Now gets it. Wonderful read there from him to get the defenders to step up, taking up the space that is left, and a wonderful make there. Minori pauses, launches for 3, doesn't get it to fall, and it will now be Nams. Ends up swinging it over to Leticia. She's the one bringing it up. Launches over now. The swing goes all the way over to Kiki. She dumps inside, up, and Marie no go. Now it will be Rebecca bringing it up with pressure. Dubs it over to Janela, goes up through contact, no make. It will be Leticia Lopez bringing it up quick. Leticia pauses, gives it over to Kiki. Kiki inside to Anne-Marie, no fall. Will be Janela bringing it up now. Janela lobs a touch pass from Minori, the 1-2 from Bodega. That's 2 more points right there. Kiki here bounces inside to Sarah Bennett, goes up through contact, isn't able to get the make, isn't able to hold on to it either. And it will be Sydney now to inbound for Bodega after forcing the miss from La Familia. Rebecca Mensah the one bringing it up. Janela here stepping, but it will be Rebecca not taking the screen, going left instead. It gets popped out of her hand, but it will remain Bodega ball. Sydney driving in, pauses for a moment, now gives it back over. Lost there. Bringing it up now will be Kiki. Does it so, right at the basket. Big bucket there for La Familia. Janela now pausing, looking, scanning. Comes out of Minori, gets tipped by Nams, not able to get the pick. Give it now over to Janela. Susie drives left, goes right to the basket, no go, slotted out, ends up in the hands of Kiki. Kiki the one bringing it up now, trying to put pressure on it. Loses the ball, no, keeps the ball, just falls to her knees. Able to keep possession though. Nams finds Leticia, her 3-pointer, no go. Anne-Marie saves it, keeps it in bounds. Kiki has it now, splits defenders, goes inside, gets the make for La Familia. Janela finds Susie. She's the one able to give it now over to Rebecca. Back to Sydney. She sets her feet, launches from range, doesn't fall as it bounces high off the rim and into the hands of Nams. Nams finds Leticia in the corner. She sets her feet, launches for 3. Short on the iron. Rebecca tips it to herself, keeps it, and now leads the transition. Gives it over to Minori. Minori goes up through contact. It's a foul on Leticia Lopez. 2 free throws to come here now for Body Bodega. Anne-Marie and Kiki will sub out. Coming in will be Angel and Cyan in their place. A timeout, though, was called. 7:03 remain, and this one will be right back. The first free throw's already been shot here. Bodega converted it. Second one doesn't drop. Famillia now set up shop. Keisha swings over to Nams. She sets her feet, launches from range. Doesn't fall. Rebounded by Tamaya. And now Tamaya will be the one bringing it up quick. Pauses, cuts over to her left-hand side. Goes straight through the defense. High layup doesn't fall. Sarah Bennett's the one that pulls it in. Sarah pauses, gives it over to Keisha now. Keisha pauses. Dumps inside to Sienna. Catches over the shoulder! And even though the shot goes up, it's 2 free throws to come now for La Familia. It's Sienna, as previously mentioned over the past couple seasons, a dangerous scorer who gets the job done when need be. Sienna, first one here, high off the rim. Doesn't seem like she got it, they fall. Second one. Off the rim as well. No make there on both. Nothing from this trip to the line. Now Sydney's the one who pulls it in for Bodega. Sydney dribbles in, spins around, lobs over to Susie. Susie drives into the paint, loses the ball for a moment. Now swings in. Picked off by Minori, reads the defense again. Now swings over to Susie. Pulls up here from the mid-range and swirls around, doesn't convert. But Angel missteps there, loses the ball, and it will be Bodega taking possession again. And apologies, it did seem like Sienna got one of those, and she definitely got that one too. Bodega seems to have gotten a shot as well, so scoreboard will be 26-29, 19, apologies there. Minori here on the inbound, gives it over to Michelle. Michelle swings to Susie, sets her feet, launches from range. Off the backboard, no go. Tamaya able to collect it and finish though, and Bodega tack on 2 more. Nams finds Sarah, able to corral it after mishandling off the jump. Gives it over to Angel inside. Angel turns around the post step, no go. It gets her own miss though. 1 step to collect herself, goes right back up. 2 free throws for La Familia. Isn't able to convert here at the line. Sienna gets the miss, though, goes up and 1! there for Sienna. They weren't able to get 2 points from the free throw. Well, 2 points on the bucket and then one more potentially on the way. Big play there for La Familia. Rebecca subbing on here for Tamaya. Sienna cannot get the make. And now it will be picked up here by Michelle. She'll be the one running the charge. As Minori over to her right, slows down for a moment, has Sydney helping out, gives it over to Susie, open for three! Big shot there for Body Bodega. It's a 4-point game. Sienna now setting up shop, gives it over to Sarah, able to corral it. Finds Nams. Nams back over to Sarah. She slows down for a moment, gives it back over to Keisha. Keisha swings over to Angel. Angel inside, back to Sarah. Sets her feet, contested for three. Answer right back in the teeth of the defense. Big opportunity there for La Familia. They negate that. Stolen by Nams. Rebecca had it. Nams instead able to. Nams steals it from Rebecca. That's it. That's the end of the play there. It results in 2 points for Nams and La Familia. So, Bodega, now how are they going to strike back as they now trail by 9? Rebecca finds Sydney. Sydney continues to swing around, finds Susie, pass inside, picked off by Nams. Nams analyzes to who? Finds Sarah Bennett, streaking down the right-hand side, dumps inside to Sienna. High pointed. Keisha has it. Dumps over to Angel. One dribble inside the post, gets it a go. Wonderful movement inside by Angel, as La Familia now lead by 11. Ball over to Susie. On the left wing, finds Sydney inside. 2 dribbles, loses it, gives it back to Susie. She launches from 3. Off the rim, no go. Rebecca corrals it though, finds Michelle. She's open for 3 of her own. Long grazes the rim and goes out of bounds. Leticia Lopez seems to be subbing out here. She will be for Nams. Sydney subs out here for Janella. Rebecca gives over to Minori. She's open for 3, launches. Long, rebounded by Sienna. Quick dump over to Sarah. And now La Familia once again on the break. Minori steps up here on defense. Tries to give it over to Leticia, just a bit too high is the pass. Sienna cannot track it down. Body Bodega take possession once more. Janella after the inbound gives it over Minori. Minori thinks about it, tries to split 2 defenders instead, just gives it over to Michelle. Michelle pump fakes right, fakes left, and now tries to do some moves here on Sienna. Swatted! It is fall, and as the weather chills up, I must say though, block parties are inevitable regardless of the time of the season. My goodness! Sienna King once again. Janella here in the corner setting up once more. Has a screen, but says I got to take this 3. It's long, doesn't go. Angel's the one that pulls it in. Susie puts pressure, ends up giving it over to Keisha. Susie now once again flying on over. Swings over to Leticia. Instead it ends up perfectly in the hands of Sarah. And she's not able to convert it, but they're talking about whose ball it is. Leticia pointed, hey, they touched it last. Ref does not agree. Michelle now inbounds for Bodega. They'll be the one bringing it up here. 30 seconds remain in the match. Rebecca has Michelle curling. Janella sets a screen. Finds Susie following the tip from Minori. They're both in that corner. Drives inside to Susie. High bounce off the rim. Goes in. And now Bodega make it a 9-point game. 7 seconds left. 6, 5, 4. Swings over to Sarah. Off the bank, no go. It bounces around. And Rebecca, her long court shot doesn't go off the iron anyway without the make. It's 35-26 here at the half. We'll be right back, folks. One more half here of our Week 1 slate. And we're back here, folks, for some second half basketball here. Bodega will be starting with the ball. Tamaya has it here, looking for a teammate. Finds Janela. Janela steps back, covered by Leticia. Going around, up. Isn't able to get her to fall. Angel's the one that comes away with it. Now it will be Leticia. Quick swing over to Kiki. She goes in, dump to Sienna. Gets it to go. La Familia strike first on their first possession. Tamaya driving in, has a lane to the basket. It seems curls around with the reverse. Bodega answer back. And by the way, just to run through who's out there at the moment for these teams. Leticia Lopez on the ball right now for La Familia. She's joined by Anne Marie along with Kiki, Angel, and Sienna. Meanwhile, out there for La Familia, we have the person who just made the bucket in Tamaya. Janela out there as well. Joining them is Susie, Rebecca, and Minori. Apologies for that right there. Susie, though, on the transition, gets a three in and out. Doesn't drop. And now it will be Leticia Lopez bringing it up quick. Leticia swings now over to Kiki. Kiki, quick pass over to Sienna. Back finds Leticia. Her three-pointer doesn't go. Sienna chases it down, though, able to keep it in bounds. Leticia calls for the screen here on the right-hand side and says she's going to backdoor cut. As the defense was anticipating that screen. Anne-Marie now makes herself available on the flare. Ball ends up in the hands of Angel. She's able to get her to go here from mid-range. La Familia to strike again. Rebecca gives it over now to Minori. Minori continues to swing it over to Tamaya, and it just wasn't their way to go. Bucket did not fall. Leticia Lopez drives in, pops at the line, no go. Rebounded by Angel, though, through the contact, muscles her way through. Doesn't get her to fall either. It will be Janela on the board, bringing it up quick. Janela lobs over Minori, bounce touch pass. Isn't able to go, but it will be Susie collecting it, and, well, she gets it to go. A lot of getting to go there on that possession, but Bodega strike there, making it a 9-point game. Ball play inside, quick. It will be Anne-Marie, no go. Second chance point, no fall. And it will be Susie with it. Bodega with a chance now to respond to really bring it back. Susie loses it, though. It will be Kiki on it. Now quick pass over to Anne-Marie. She's not able to corral it. And it goes a bounce. We wait here for the inbound. Referee's calling for time, waiting. And there we go, the wait's over. As yeah, we have an issue with the score clock. We'll be right back, folks, here. Actually, no, it seems like we're finally getting it done. Yeah, whistle blowing here. We're all good. Now we'll see where it ends up going. Ball now gets played. Angel goes up with it here, isn't able to get the make there. Two free throws to come now. Two free throws here for now to come for Sienna. First one gets the fall. Let's see if she's able to convert the second opportunity. Second one here for Sienna, gets it to go without an issue. Janelle bringing it up here, ends up swinging over to Tamaya. Tamaya Minori picks up here at the top, finds Rebecca on this one. Sydney flares, stops, drops, pulls it. Bank isn't open in that opportunity. Ball ends up now in the hands of Sarah. Sarah ends up Finding Kiki, who isn't able to hold on to it, though. Ends up being Bodega possession again. Minori gets a little fancy there on the finish, on the transition, but it will be 2 points here for Bodega. La Familia setting up shop here in the corner. Goes up with it, no make. Rebounded by Sienna. She gets it there on the second chance. Gets a rebound out of it as well. The lead continues to stay steady at around 9 to 11 points, give or take. Let's see what Rebecca can do. She dumps over now to Janella. Janella launches from range. Isn't able to get her to fall. Leticia Lopez the one that ends up collecting, and now she's the one running the tempo. Has Kiki in the corner. Sienna over to her right. Ends up choosing Kiki on the side. Ends up dumping inside to Angel, who's open. Splits through defenders. Goes up. Misses. Goes with the drop step. Second chance right there. And there's a strike there. Someone seems to have been hurt. Substitution's going to need to be made. It will be for Susie. Something happened there with a strike. We'll be right back, folks. One moment. We're back, folks, here for to continue some second half of basketball. Following that little break, weird incident there. Seemed like an injury. That's why we cut away. But we're back now here. Rebecca finds Minori, who's able to swing it over to Janella for three. He's just short on the iron, no fall. And it will be Sarah now bringing it up here for La Familia. Finds Nams. Nams signaling for Leticia to come help out. Instead ends up giving it over to Kiki on the other end. Kiki finds Nams. Nams once again. It gets stolen here by Minori. Leticia getting back on defense. Minori gets fancy here with the layup once again. Able to finalize it here for Body Bodega. Leticia Lopez pauses here now. Ball gets swung all the way over to Sarah. Bennett drives in, pauses for a moment, gives it over to Leticia. Leticia stops, drops, gives it over to Nams. Nams inside of Sarah. Sarah's able to get the make, but it bounced off the rim. Kiki goes up with it that time, and La Familia able to get 2 points. Minori swings now over to Rebecca. Rebecca launches for three, high off the iron, bounces around the rim, and it took a little time, but the ball decided to drop in for a big three. Kiki now drives straight to the basket, no make, and it will be Janella now on the transition. Quick swing over to Minori, just a bit too high. Leticia ends up collecting the spoils. Now she's the one bringing it up, swings over to Sarah Bennett. She sets her feet, launches for three, high off the rim, no go, and it will be Janella who pulls it in. They're gonna try to run it again on the transition. Swings it over to Rebecca. Rebecca given time, launches here, high off the rim, off the backboard. Is the way that that one ended up transgressing. Sarah now swings over to Leticia. Leticia finds Nams. Nams setting up here, tries swinging inside. A lot of contact there. And Tamaya falls down hard. Bodega now trying to set up shop on this end. We'll see where it goes here. It seems like we're having a stoppage once more. Substitutions being made. Angel and Sarah coming off for Cyan and Anne-Marie. Tamaya now makes her way over. Gingerly receives it. Stops for a moment. Gives it over to Susie. Launches for three. Short on the front of the three. And now it will be in the hands of Leticia. She's the one bringing it up. Leticia dumps now over to Sienna. Sienna finds Kiki. She launches for three. Off the backboard, no go. Anne-Marie has a second chance. Gets it a fall. Janela now sizing up Leticia. Stops here, gives it over to Tamaya. Splits the defense here through contact. And it bounced off Kiki, it seemed. That was a weird possession, I'll be honest. A little bit all over the place, but it does end up continuing to be Body Bodega ball. The inbound now ends up in the hands of Rebecca. Rebecca finds Minori. Minori with a half spin, still sizing up Nams. Goes in, kicks it over to Tamaya. Open for mid-range. She takes it, no fall. And it will be Nams who pulls it in. Gives it over to Leticia Lopez. She's the one bringing it up now up-tempo. Swings out to the corner. It will be Kiki for three. Gets it a fall! Big 3 points there for La Familia. Rebecca loses her dribble, but ends up giving it over to Tamaya before she gets swarmed. Bringing it up here now, ends up finding Rebecca. Rebecca over to Susie, blocked. And now it will be Kiki bringing it up here with anticipation. Hard contact there with Susie. Kiki now finds Leticia. She sets her feet, open for three. Isn't able to get it to fall. It ends up in the hands of Rebecca Mensah. Mensah, the one bringing it up off the court, now pulls up from the elbow. Doesn't get it to fall. Ends up in the hands of Cyan. We're back and forth here, ping-ponging the possession. Kiki now finds Nams. She sets her feet, instead swings it all the way over to Leticia. Leticia finds inside to Anne-Marie. A whistle goes off. I'm wondering what the call was here. No. It was called a travel. There it was, it seems. Either way, it will be Body Bodega picking up possession here. Susie inbounds it over to Rebecca. Slowly bringing it up. Finds Minori. Minori dances around Nams here with a left-handed layup. Isn't able to get it to go. Following the razzle-dazzle. And it will be now La Familia bringing it up on the other end. Leticia Lopez here gives it over to Kiki. Kiki drives into the right-hand side. Pops. Gives it over to Leticia. Swings across to Nams. Nams pump fake for one. Loses her dribble. Swings cross court over to Kiki. Kiki to Leticia. Leticia, nice little gather inside. And that's a wonderful finish for La Familia as they continue to grow their lead. Ball's up in the hands of Janela. Janela squaring up here against Leticia. Goes inside. Layup. Foul. 2 free throws to come now for Body Bodega. First one here for Janela, able to get her to fall. Let's see if she can hit the second one here. Go 2 for 2 for the line here for Bodega. Second one ends up dropping. Now La Familia setting up again. Nam's the one bringing it up. Swings out to Leticia. Leticia covered by Janela. Ends up giving it over to Nams. Nams sets her feet, launches for three, swirls it in! Big shot again! Ball up here, Bodega not able to maintain it. Ball over to Keisha. Keisha, Sydney back in following that little injury earlier. Good to see for her. And now it will be Rebecca dancing around here again. Finds Minori in the corner. Minori drives baseline. Loses the ball. And it will be La Familia ball. Nams has it, sets her feet on the transition for three. High off the rim, won't go. Sienna gets the miss, isn't able to collect. But it will be Sydney getting the board. Still down there in the trenches, even after that injury. Good to see for her. Susie goes up here with a lay-in on transition, able to get it to fall. Keisha now pushing the ball up, gives it over to Nams. Nams finds Sienna, goes up, no go. It's a miss, but it is a foul on the shot. 2 free throws to come now for La Familia. 2 for Sienna King. First one falls without a hitch. Let's see if the second one follows suit. Doesn't, and it will be Minori who pulls it in. Sienna puts immediate pressure. And now Minori looking, swings quickly to Sydney. Wide open here on the soft spot of the defense. Goes up from mid-range, gets it a fall. Nams now finds Leticia. Pump fakes here. Gives it over to Nams. Nams pauses for a moment, gives it back over to Leticia. Sets her feet, looking for somebody. Does, finds Nams. Nams dumps inside. Able to give it a go for Sienna. Gives it over now. Janela loses. And it will be Leticia Lopez going inside. Cuts over to the right-hand side. Dribbles, no. Loses it. It will be considered possession arrow. And it will maintain La Familia possession. Ball inbounded over to Sienna. She's able to corral it. Goes in, tries dumping it over to Anne-Marie. Tipped by Sydney. And it will remain La Familia ball here. Leticia Lopez, launcher for three! Big bucket there! La Familia just continue to grow this lead. It's 18 now. Tamaya wasn't the one who drove in. She's still on the bench. In fact, it was Rebecca who drove in. Got a bad view there. Able to get the bucket, though. Now Bodega able to cancel that big three. Just a little. Ball's up in the hands of Nams, though. Wide open 4-3. Swirls out. No drop. Anne-Marie able to get the rebound and able to put it back in. Rebecca now has to tie her shoe, so ends up giving it off now to Janela. Shot clock apparently did not reset at the start of the possession. So now it will be Bodega inbounding once more. Drive to the basket and one for Rebecca Mensah. It might still be a little late for a comeback here, but you know they're still putting on the show. And that's lovely to see here when it comes to WMBA basketball. Rebecca, her free throw makes it a three-point play. Leticia Lopez bringing it up now. Has Nams open here potentially for three. Nams just pauses. Looking to swing. Finds Leticia. Leticia feigns right. Goes left. Tosses over to Nams. Dumps immediately to Sienna. Back out to Leticia. Amazing ball movement. Results in a great three for La Familia. Ball dumped over to the side now. Susie for three, no go. Sydney tries tipping it back to her, but it doesn't go her way. Keisha's the one that has it now. Sarah subbing on now for Nams. We're seeing Kiki sub on as well for Leticia. And Angel Subs on for who? It will be for Anne-Marie. There we go. A little confusion there as the clock continues to tick. Keisha gets inside of Sienna. Sienna back out to Kiki. She launches for 3. Doesn't get one of her own. Falls back to Keisha. Goes up, able to get it on the second chance points. Big for La Familia in that one. Janelle swings over to Minori. She's open on the transition. Gets the points. Kiki now ends up swinging it over to Sarah. Minori tries for the steal, doesn't get it. Sarah instead steps up, her mid-range, no go. And it will be now Rebecca bringing it up, cuts back on Sienna. Now she's looking, navigates, scanning, drives in through contact, draws the foul, and 1. And 2, technically, because it's 2 free throws, because she didn't make the shot. I know how basketball works. Minori subs out now for Tamaya. Tamaya coming on in that place. No other substitutions being made on the side of La Familia. Clock continues to run. Both teams kind of resigned to their fate, maybe trading buckets at this point. First one here for Rebecca. Isn't able to get her to go. Hits the front of the iron, swirls off the backboard, doesn't fall. Second free throw here. Goes up. Isn't able to get her to fall either. Rebounded now by Angel. Angel able to give it and go to Kiki, who gets the bucket to fall. 20-point game. Going up here, it will be Rebecca. Gets 2 more points here for herself. Keisha bringing it up here. Goes up here with a 3. Gets it a fall! Big shot for La Familia. Rebecca once again setting up here. Gives it back to Janella. Janella pauses, launches for 3. High off the rim, doesn't fall. Sienna's the one that pulls it in instead. Ends up giving it over to Sarah Bennett. She's the one running the break, giving it some action, seeing what she does. Finds Keisha. She's open for a little bit, ends up driving. Pauses, looking, someone cut, someone come in. Gives it over to Kiki here, swings back out to Sarah Bennett. She sets her feet, launches for 3. High off the rim, over the backboard. And falls out of bounds. It will be Body Bodega ball. Timeout just called by Bodega. 1:26 remaining. We're inching towards the end of this game. So, we'll be up in a moment. We're back here as Bodega inbounds it here. Not much basketball left to be played, but still, we'll see how it ends up going. Janelle steps back for 3, gets it a fall. At least they're putting on a show to close it out here. Bodega splash home. Keisha dumps inside now. It's Sarah Bennett. She gives it all the way out to Kiki. Kiki to Angel. She pulls up from midi. Long, no go. It ends up bouncing towards me, but doesn't end up reaching me. Sarah Bennett finds it instead. Keisha's the one that pulls it in now, gives it over to Kiki. Sub a minute left, kicks it out to Sarah. Pump fakes for 1. Goes in, goes up with it, hits the rim. Second reset, no go. Tipped around, goes out of bounds. No. Sarah Bennett once again collects. She says, I'm just going to let it fly. Why not? Big 3 there for La Familia. Why not? They're just getting fancy with it. And speaking of which, Rebecca cuts through the defense like hot knife through butter. Wah, wah, and 1. Make it fun, make it fancy. At least put some highlights out there before the game ends. And a chance to make it an old-fashioned 3. Gets it to go. Becca now putting in pressure, but able to get the pass up quick to Keisha. I don't think they're going to be trying for some more points here. I think they're just going to let it go, and they will. Final score 76 to 58. And we'll see where that one ends up falling for them. But that is how this game ends. Thank you so much to everybody watching. We've had 4 amazing games today. A lot of fun action throughout. And we'll be back next week once again for some more WMBA action. As for me, I'm Julian Quintero Verano. Thank you so much for coming, folks. Thank you so much for staying tuned. And I'll see you for the next one. Goodbye.